Hey guys, it's Lady D, and thank you for coming to join us for our first predictions podcast with
Hey
the Mad
guys, it's
Queens
Lady
for
D, and thank you for
season
coming to
8.
join.
In the panel, I've got the rest of the Mad Queens, and I'm going to let them go ahead and introduce themselves and tell you where you can find them. AK, let's just go down in like line. AK Naro T.
All right, greetings, YouTube. Good to see everyone in the chat. Y'all been in there for a little bit waiting on us. Thank you for your patience. And we're here, like B said, just to talk about some predictions for next episode. So let's get into it.
What's good, everyone? This is Monaro. You can find me on Monaro Big TV. I'm here with my girls. I'm going to talk some predictions. And I'm just going to follow along whatever they say because they're smarter than me.
Lies.
Lies. I was about to say the
Right.
same thing. Lies. It's T. I'm faithless man because my eyes are too low right now. But I'm excited to talk about predictions, and I'm gonna go with the flow too.
That's my baby. So okay,
No, that was
season
me.
yeah, sorry guys. So season 8, episode 2. In the last stream, we didn't get to go through the changes to the map, but I think we were all in agreement that we really like the map. The map looks great. What do you guys expect to see as changes in episode 2? Obviously, they should be getting closer to Winterfell, but do you think there's going to be maybe another stop? Maybe they'll stop at Karstark, the White Walkers. Maybe they'll stop there at Carhold, or maybe they'll just go straight down. What do you guys expect to see on the map? T baby, go ahead.
The way that the map is shown on the credits, it looks like the next stop is Winterfell. You don't see really anything like a castle or anything in between. So I think, and even based on the previews, I think it's going to show them like at Winterfell. And you might see like you know how it flips with the ice. I think you're going to see it covered Winterfell. It might do some cool thing to the castle as well, but that's what I think.
For this one, for this episode, not episode 3.
No, yeah, I think what you'll see is it creep up right at Winterfell.
All right,
Now, episode 3, you might see it take over and then keep going. You never know.
sure, sure. All right, Nara.
Okay. So I'm not really good with this prediction thing because, you know me, I'm good for just saying, making a blanket statement that everybody's going to die and Sir Pounce will be on the Iron Throne. So I'm gonna have to agree with you based on the map and based on like the beginning sequence. I think that they'll probably show us a few things, you know what I mean? Just like to kind of like ease us in, that, like that build up. But I think, most of the action is going to be taking place um, right there at Winterfell.
hmm
That's just the way that I see things going down. I think based on the preview from the for the next episode, for episode 2, I think we're going to see a lot of people voicing their gripes with Sir One Hand, and and then he's going to have to state his case.
AK, what do you think you're gonna see in on the map?
Monero just totally threw me off with that Sir One Hand. Oh man, on the map, yeah, I think I have to agree. The ultimate goal is getting to Winterfell, so that's probably where we'll see the ice go next. It's going to be interesting though because we know Tormund gets there before the Night King and the Army of the Dead do, but they said, I believe in the episode that the undead army is between them and Winterfell. So I'm wondering if there's going to be a pause maybe somewhere, and then it'll
Right.
continue in a different direction going towards Winterfell. I don't know.
Yeah, because the question definitely becomes like, okay, he has this huge army and he has a dragon. Is he not really going to be able to see you guys coming from the last hearth on your way to Winterfell? Are you really going to be undetected like that? I guess you could. You know, she could
No,
keep
no,
working
no,
on
no,
the
no.
edge.
You were right when you said the first thing. He
But
he knows. He knows. He's just not doing anything
it's
yet.
not doing anything about it. So
Oh, so you think he's toying with them? Like he
Yes,
wants
yeah,
them to
yes,
get there?
yes.
yeah, little,
Okay,
That
little.
okay.
whole burning the sign with the dead body, that was definitely so he can fuck with them.
Right. Yeah, I
Figured-
agree with that
So,
assessment.
I'm so with it. Like, keep toying with him.
so
It's like an animal playing with its food before it eats it.
That's exactly what it is. Like,
Right.
look at these humans. I'm about to take you all. That's cute. They have dragon glass. That's cute.
yeah, they think that's gonna stop us. That's cute. Yeah, that's a few thousand years old. We figured that out. Like,
That's
so
hilarious.
can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Or no? Okay. So as you can see here, we have Sam and Gilly and Baby Sam
Breaking his vows, but keep going.
all
That baby
close.
still looks weird.
That baby grew a lot from.
That dude needs some love. He just got like some bad news,
He did.
and he just needs some love right now. He needs to be around probably two of the people that he probably feels
Love him and care about
love
him.
him. Yeah,
That love him, basically. Yeah.
yeah. So
So then, can we talk about Gilly's clothing? Can we talk about the upgrade she got from
yeah, she's on the
Wobbly
come up,
threads
yo. She's
to,
on the come
to
up.
lady threads? Look at her. She's looking like a lady of Horn Hill right here.
I was about to say that's probably where she gonna end up.
Yeah, of course.
Well, they didn't say that Sam's mom and sister are dead, though.
Did they? Oh
Wait,
shit, I
they're
missed that.
dead?
They didn't say that they were dead.
Oh,
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was gonna say that's fucked up.
No, but they don't have
No,
to be because it would still go to Sam because he's the male heir.
But
Mhm.
Sam, that's only if they like, what's the word? Pardon him from the Night's Watch, because he's still a member.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
but
anybody's gonna be worried about that in the end, though.
nah,
You
like,
think
and
like
then
I
John's
don't think
done.
like there'll be no Night's Watch at all at the end? Because I mean,
I don't think Danny's going to be sitting the Iron Throne either. So that point is
Mm.
I don't think she'll get a say anyway. So all of the I mean, let me not jump ahead of myself.
She
No.
just we'll get to Danny. We will get to Danny, but he's just poor Sam. Like,
Yeah.
to say about-
Sam
I don't
is
think
trying
they'll
to keep it
compare that.
together.
He's just trying to keep. Yeah, he's just trying to. Like, he just found out about his dad and his brother. He's just trying to maintain right now. So,
you know,
my hope is that he does get absolved because of the. And see, we were talking about this before, and I know you were like, "God damn it!" But it's the Joffrey precedent. Joffrey set a precedent by letting Sir Barristan go.
yeah, that is
So
true.
now you can be excused from the King's Guard. You can be excused from the Night's Watch. You don't have to serve for life. You can be like pardoned, I guess, from it in a way.
That's what I'm saying. It would have to be like a partner or something because he did say the vows. But this picture just looks like like he's looking at Gilly like he is asleep. We could
Right, like we could just, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
just like other
Oh
people
my goodness.
way before him that do those terrible things. Oh, that's so wrong. That is so wrong. Let's just move him over to the back. Should I be
Well,
saying
he's like,
that?
just turn on this side. He's like, just turn
Should I
on
be
this
saying
side.
that on live television?
I mean, you know what? With all the debauchery that we've seen in this damn story, it wouldn't really be that surprising.
It wouldn't be.
I
So
mean,
It's a
just
bit
has
dark,
that
but it's
look.
still not surprising.
we've got like 13 other pictures. So
Okay.
Right,
I know that
Why can't
Naro
they
has
just go?
to know.
Why can't they just go to the privy like everybody else?
Uh,
Next.
Right.
uh, uh,
I'm just saying. At least he could sit down. I'm just saying.
oh my gosh, you just
Okay, this
okay.
is starting to sound like ginger ale chat. So yeah, let's go
Yeah.
on to the next
I'm
picture.
not trying. I'm not trying to be that way. I'm just saying. I'm just making
He got options.
exactly. Thank you.
Lord have mercy.
Besides,
All
I'm
right.
not the one
So
that brought up the fact that he was sitting there looking at her over Sam like he sleep.
But where's the lie
um,
at? Where's the lie at?
You know, living my
there is
rhapsody
no
was just like, beds are boring.
Okay.
Y'all
get
are
back.
not supposed to
so
be encouraging the foolishness right now. Stop it.
Okay. Bad.
so the kid though, like also a note on baby Sam. Baby Sam is growing.
Thank goodness.
But
Finally.
That
that
is
shit is scary.
I'm.
He was
he's
I
no
was.
like
longer a baby.
infant for like
I
3
was about.
years now, and then all of a sudden, boom, toddler. That scares me.
I'm
Harold
just.
and Michael.
I'm just saying. Look, he was a baby for a very long time. Like he was missing out on his vitamin D.
That's
Like,
that American Horror Story shit, where all of a sudden
Right.
he's
Yeah.
this
And
That's that
one
Michael
he's
Landon.
a
just
grown man. Watch 2 episodes later, he's gonna be a grown man.
so we've got grown man baby Sam, grown Sam trying to get some, and Gilly looking like a lady in this picture. So what do you guys think they are talking about? Let's move it forward. What do you guys think they're talking about here? What do you think this scene? What's our prediction for this scene?
Um,
Yeah, just go. I guess
I
I
I
think
could.
believe,
Sam might be in his emotions a little bit about everything, and that's what they're talking over.
yeah, he could be also talking about Danny and how he feels. I don't think he would tell like Gilly about who John really is at this moment, but this could also be the moments leading up to when they actually go into battle. So he might be like in his feelings, telling like what it might possibly mean, and I don't know. They might shock us and he proposed to her some goofy shit like
Ooh,
that.
Naro, AK.
I would agree. I think he's probably just talking. He's probably gonna express his feelings about what Danny just told him and how he feels about it. And Gilly's probably. I think Gilly kind of centers him in a lot of sense, at least from my observation from what I've been watching over the last couple of seasons. So she kind of like centers him, like grounds him, and um kind of brings him back a little bit. So she's probably going to try to help him to see, try to figure out a way to kind of move past or use some kind of words to use to kind of move past it, to kind of help him see, I guess, see the brighter side of things. Like that I know there is, because the White Walkers are coming. I don't know.
I'm telling you, he's like, look, the White Walker's coming. You might as
Let's get
well
me in
let
one more
me.
time.
You know what I'm saying? One time for the one time.
Privy.
And she gonna do it too.
Yeah, I mean, I
That
agree
baby
with
sleep.
all that. Yeah, I think Sam's just discussing and trying to process all of
Yeah.
his emotions, and I like that. I actually do want to see that conversation.
So we all in agreement. He either trying to work out how to get some, or he's in his feelings about his dad and his brother, and or both. Next
I,
picture.
I think one leads to the other.
One least. I'm sad about my dad. Can I bone? Sounds about right.
Like that's not typical man behavior. I'm just saying.
So turn on your
Where's
side, Gilly.
Wyatt? Where's
Just
the
hold the
Wyatt?
baby on the other side.
Oh my
Where's
goodness!
Wyatt? That's funny.
I mean, yeah, it's the absolute truth. I wouldn't put it past them.
I mean, if you were saying, would you try your hand? Like,
If the world is about to end and we can get a little bit before we die, well, I can't blame the man for shooting a
I
shot if
can't
that's
lose
what's
it.
happening.
I can't
Right.
lose.
I
He's
can't.
just like, yo, look, she killed my family. Can I cuddle?
Let me just put the head in. All right. So let's just move on. This next image is of Bran sitting in front of this weirwood tree, and I don't know what you guys think. I'm thinking it looks like he's seeing something. We see Bran staring at a weirwood tree. Like, what's going on? What is he looking at? Because there's no one else around him, nothing like that. He's just there. What do you guys think is happening?
It looked like he's having a creepy stare off with himself.
He probably is.
You know that's his face that's on the weirwood now.
I was just thinking that. I was like, that doesn't look like Bloodhaven's face anymore. That's Bran staring at himself.
That's exactly what's happening. Nobody else is challenging him. He is the one punch man right now. And the only one he can go against is himself.
This is your future.
It's just like a loop over and over and over again.
Oh my God.
No, but he's probably like, because you can't see him, I'm pretty sure he's probably warging, looking at the Night King or something. Because that's kind of how it was at the last, I think, the last episode of last season where he was kind of out there outside and he was warging and then he saw the Night King. So that could possibly be that, or he could have another conversation with Arya there or John there. It seems like important conversations happen around trees.
Right, agree. It definitely seems like the theme.
Or they could have left him again because they leave.
And Chrissy of Old Stones, she just said, "Oh, he's rewatching the boat sex. Leave him alone." I mean, I don't know that I would want to watch a porn starring my cousin.
That's so disgusting.
I don't know about that.
With his aunt. Ew.
Exactly. What you for?
Come on, Chrissy. Why you have to go? I was trying to keep us away from ginger ale chat things, man.
That is so nasty.
I mean, y'all give it.
Whatever, man. My cousin Idris Elba and his auntie Beyonce. I'm watching.
I know.
Surfboard.
I'm gonna check it out. Just check it out.
I can't say not near one of y'all. Can't take y'all nowhere.
I agree. I think he's watching. Either he's looking into what the future may be, or going or thinking about what may have happened in the past and seeing how what connections could be made. Because I really think that he's this is just my own personal opinion. I think that he truly, genuinely is trying to figure out a way to defeat the Night King. But like I said, his mentality is ends justifies the means, because he has very little emotional attachment anymore since he's become the new three-eyed raven. So I think his main thing is, if he's near a werewood, either he's trying to figure out what has happened, what information or what intel can he gather, because he's really good now with warging the crows, and I wonder if he's gonna warg one of the dragons. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm sorry.
No, you're not, because they did like a preview, recap and everything, and the way that they cut it, they made it seem like Bran was warging, and then Viserion's eyes lifted. I was like, they might just do it. So I don't know. I'm with you on that.
Because the way that the build. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna have a book moment for a second. So please
go for it.
The way that they've shown his progression from being able to warg Summer to warg Hodor, I think that is just a foretelling of how skilled. And let me backtrack. And the way that they've shown on the show that he's able to warg the crows, right? The ravens, the crows, whatever you want to call them, the birds. Okay, I think that's like a progression. That's showing a progression as to how he is skilled. The only thing is, I wish they would have shown Arya's progression, because in the books, she's able to warg and move at the same time. Bran doesn't have that. Bran, I don't know if it's because of his legs.
Warg over water.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
over salt water, and that's so significant. I really wish they would have shown more of that in the show.
I mean, because she's actually showing to be a little bit more advanced At least to me, that's what it seems to me. She's showing
I
to be
agree
a
with
little bit more advanced than Bran is in the war game. And again, I wish they would have shown Jon beginning stages of being able to warg. And I don't know if it's going to be Bran or if it's going to be Jon who's going to be able to warg the dragons, because again, they're showing all of their progression in how they are coming into their ability to warg. And Bran, as far as I know, is the only one that can skin change.
Skin change. He can skin change warg, and he's a green seer. That's
Right.
the only reason I would put him above Arya, is because Arya isn't a green seer, but she is a warg and a skin changer.
Skin changer,
and
yeah.
move while
I think
she's
in
that's-
movement while moving.
Arya, I think, is a more powerful warg than all of them, but I think Bran has like the jack of all trades.
Yeah.
He's got the green seer edge.
Yeah.
Right.
Which totally, to me, solidifies the fact that they do have others' blood in their bloodline.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. Yeah, the Starks have pretty much everything magically significant in their blood.
Yeah.
Word. All right, B, you got a new picture up. Where are we going next?
Yes, I do. I do have a new picture up. This one is of Daenerys in the library. And so I just want to know what you guys think is going on here. We see that her dress has changed. She no longer looks like a werewood, which I thought was interesting. In the very first episode, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's like the entire North has joined the Night's Watch. Everyone is in black.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everyone is in black.
Yeah.
Except for Dany. Dany is literally in white and red. She looks like a werewood, a walking, talking werewood. With
Future
this
Night
extra
Queen.
blonde hair, sitting up just, So now she's done with that. She's done with looking like a werewood, and now she looks like, well, blood to me. What does she look like to you guys, and what do you think is going on in here? Because she's smiling. I think that. Oh, go ahead.
She does look very regal right there. I agree with that. And since it's a library, I almost the only thing that I can think of is she's in there talking to Sam and maybe explaining exactly what happened, or at least I hope they give them a little tidbit like that. But we'll see.
Yeah, it definitely. I'm leaning towards the same thing as it's saying, because she looks like she feel guilty as shit right here. So she look like she's about to come to make peace or say something. Maybe even say, well, now you have to step up to be the Lord of Hornhill or something like that to get him on her side. I don't know.
It's also interesting that Sam is even contemplating going back home when all of this is said and done.
That's true.
And it just seems like that for planning for that far ahead seems for me right now, because I think everyone's going to die anyway.
Yeah, but
Yay, welcome to the bus side, AK.
What you say?
I've been saying that. I don't want everyone to die. I hope some of my favorites make it. But I think thinking everyone's going to die is far less stressful than the alternative. And Baby Wobbling agrees with me. So
you had something to say too.
Nunu was like, "Buck that! I'm about to sit the Iron Throne."
Right.
Right.
How mean. Yeah.
The Iron Crib. Right.
Yeah, but she definitely looks guilty. Like she look like she's having a talk where she's trying to make peace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's kind of commendable. I like that. I hope that's what's happening.
But it could surprise you, and she could be trying to speak in the Sansa.
I think she's talking to Sansa. That's what I think.
Yeah, it could be that, because you did see that that trailer where she's like walking past and it's various Mormont and Tyrion. She's walking past it and it looks like she's about to talk to Sansa. So I don't know.
That's what y'all think Sansa would be in a library?
Yes,
I think Sansa would be everywhere in Winterfell.
Yeah, well, true enough.
So Let's see here. Next
Especially
up,
if she might be on her espionage trying to get into Sam's ear.
Hey,
Why
AK.
would she be getting into Sam's ear? I'm curious to know.
Oh, just to,
On the whole Danny situation is what I'm thinking.
I think she's probably trying to mend what she, trying to make some type of amends to make it seem like she's not this horrible person who just burns people just because they don't bend to the knee, even though that's exactly what she did.
That's what she plans. She hasn't given me any indication that she doesn't plan on doing it again. Because
Something like that.
every time she takes the tone, well, if you're not gonna bend me or respect me, then she always leaves that open. But my thing is, you would have thought that she would have learned a lesson, because when you do that, you leave the door open for people to rebel. That's just,
That's true. That's true.
you always leave the door open for people to, because you might win today, but you don't know what seed you're sowing for tomorrow.
Right.
correct.
But she's gonna
Agreed.
die anyway, so I guess it don't matter.
Well, it will matter though. Like if it's her children that end up on the throne after her.
She's not gonna have no kids. She's gonna die anyway. She's not gonna.
Oh,
She's not gonna have no children to bear. She's not gonna bear any children to sit no Iron Throne. Because I personally don't think there will be an Iron Throne at the end of all things.
True.
okay.
I think King's Landing is gonna fall hard as well.
Yeah, I don't think an Iron Throne there will be an Iron Throne at the end of all things. I think something that Kat said in I believe it was the Storm of Swords, I want to say. Was it Storm of Swords? I want to say something that she said, I think will eventually end up coming to fruition. At least that's just, not that I'm good at predicting, but that's the way I see things. Because you know what?
Okay.
I mean, I say wild predictions all the time, so it's fun.
All right, before we move on to the next picture that Professor Diligence has up, I just want to give a shout out to everybody that joined us in the chat room. Marie, Bubba Husky, Living My Rhapsody, Freestyle Creative 7-8, OTDA, always holding it down, Jenny of Old Stones, Mackenzie Burns, my homie, Linda R. Let's see, the Dog Show is in, and always appreciate seeing Dog. Y'all check his channel out too. He's awesome. Let's see, Air Attach, like my absolute favorite artist in the fandom, is in the chat room. Thank you for coming by, Air Attach. Big E, Fandom D Saint was in earlier. My dragon brother JD. Let's see, Chrissy of Old Stones. Chrissy also has great content on her channel. She's a really good narrator, so check her out. And let's see if I missed anybody else that was here in the beginning. Thank you for coming in. Living on a Prayer. Saw you earlier too. Appreciate everybody being here.
Can I real quick ask this question before I forget it? So OTDA says he wants to know, is Lady Mormont, Lyanna Mormont, the new Ollie, courtesy of the Dog Show's theory? Like, do you think she's in the backstab John in some type of command? No,
I don't think so.
That is Ollie. I don't either. I think she's just checking him because, like, she went a little too far when she was about to call him bastard. I did laugh.
I would have laughed if she did. I'd have been like,
say you're
savage.
not the king, but came back well, I don't know what you are. I was like, dang.
I'm just baffled. I don't know if baffled is the right word. I don't understand why people had a problem, why the North was questioning John. I mean, I think they all had a valid reason to question what he did, because if I choose you as my leader and you come back as not my leader, I want to know what the ham diggity. If we wanted her to be our queen, we would have said, yo, when you go over there, bend the knee and we'll go ahead and swear fealty to her. That's not what they did. They sent you there as their representative,
right,
as their king, as they swore fealty to you. And yes, I understand that, you know, if you want to abdicate your crown to Dany because you feel that's the only way to save your people, I understand that, but you also need to be prepared to answer the question why.
I don't think it's necessarily bad that they questioned him, but just the way it happened. I think their tact was
But it
completely
does.
off. And John is Torrance Stark come again. Torrance Stark made the same decision. I think John is sound in his thoughts, and he continually gets questioned about why he's doing things. And I don't think everyone in the North is looking at the
Me,
big
me,
picture.
me personally, I think he did it because he liked her. I don't think
I
he
do
didn't have.
too.
I don't. He didn't have to give up his crown. He
Nope.
did it because he liked her. He didn't do it necessarily. It just so happened that the benefit is she'll come and help the North. But I agree with T. She would have done it anyway because she had already witnessed. She saw for her own with her own eyes what the threat to the kingdom was. You understand what I'm saying? So I think she would have stood with him because now she saw it with her own eyes. He's the one that decided, oh, I'll go ahead and bend the knee because because the next couple of scenes after that, he's knocking on her door. So what's up?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
You know
My thing is, her biggest mistake was that she gave the Iron Islands their kingdom way
Right.
too early, and now it's like the people who've been fighting for their independence for since season one, you just give it away. And I know a lot of people say, well, she could easily just pack up and go. It's like, no, that threat is there, so if she ignores it, it's just going to become an even bigger threat. It's something she has to deal with, and she knew that. John gave the kingdom away and he didn't have to. And so they have every right to be mad because they're like, we fought all this time for our freedom and you just gave it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still
and
don't
and
agree
and,
with
and also you also have I also think context plays a really big part. I don't think they're mad about Dany, her dragons, and the armies are being there. I think it's the context under which they are there. You know what I mean? Somebody said it was like it felt like it's like a takeover. Like you're coming in and it's like a takeover. It doesn't feel like an alliance. It feels more like a takeover. So I don't remember who said that because that was not my original thought. But in retrospect, it almost does also feel that way as well. And you're going. I understand John's motive, and he's going around saying, I wanted to save the North. All I ever thought about was the North. I really don't. He's a reluctant leader. I never wanted a crown. It's all well and beautiful, but be honest. Did you
Right.
really give
You
up the
never
crown? Did you really give up the crown to save the North, or because you really liked her? And I thought that was a fair question for Sansa to ask, because the minute that she said, "Oh, she's prettier," the way that his face softened and he was looking over to the side, like he's like a schoolgirl crush. I would have had to ask the same question too, dude. I mean, like, so what's really good here?
I mean, but here's the thing. They're in a romantic relationship. At some point in time, there's going to be a marriage. Everyone can see that they're together. John's going to be king again, not only just by birthright, but just by default when he marries the queen.
I don't think he's gonna marry her though.
Right, but that still doesn't, even if he marries her or whatever the case may be, they don't want to be a part of the kingdom at all. They want to be their own separate kingdom
And
because
as
and
and
so
as king, John could give them their independence.
right, but my thing is he's not there yet. So at this particular moment in time, he just gave up the North. He doesn't know if Danny's going to marry him. For all he knows, they just having sex right now. Because
And second, she still doesn't know the truth about what his lineage is.
right,
And that's another rock in that wheel. You know what I mean? That's gonna be another dynamic, because either one of them can be each other's heir.
right. But y'all know we're supposed to be talking about predictions. We're getting way too deep.
We got way off track on
I'm
that.
sorry.
Sorry,
y'all.
y'all know we go off into tangents and rabbit holes. Our bad.
That's why y'all love us. So hit the like button because this was some good convo. So the next picture up is the one where it looks like Jamie is in front of everyone and looks like it's going to be a trial based off of the previews that we saw. So what do y'all think is happening in this scene, and what do y'all think is going to happen as far as his whole trial?
B, won't you go ahead and roll on, take that one first, because we've been talking rambling for the last couple minutes.
She's taking care of the baby. That's why I asked y'all.
Oh, okay. Okay, my bad. I didn't see that. All right, well, go ahead, T. You up first.
Oh, well, I think that basically we're going to have, Danny basically have a little power trip and be like, you know that whole speech she said about how damn it, what did she say? Y'all know
She
she was
said that when her brother used to tell her
right.
stories about the person that killed their father and then about all the things that they were going to do to him.
Yeah,
Blah, blah, blah.
right. Y'all know when
Wah, wah, wah.
bullshit, it just literally goes one ear and out the other. But so and then we see, well, I'm going too far on that, but as far as like the whole Jamie thing, I have a feeling like it's going to get interrupted. Like either Torment's going to come and they have to stop, because what's really important is that the Night King is approaching and he's very close. And I don't think that the whole trial, like for whatever he's done, will go the way he thinks. They might even like try to do a trial by combat, which I would love to see. Even though I know people would think, oh, it's not enough time for that, but I don't want this episode to be boring. So I would love to see a trial by combat if it came to it, but that's wishful thinking now that I say it out loud. But now I'm rambling. But I just think in this scene, he's just facing, Danny, Sansa, and I believe John is up there as they talk. It seems like I think they're going to find out what he did to Bran. But like we said, I think Bran's going to say that's not, we have bigger things to deal with, and he's beyond that. So, Beauty Queen, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think this is him I think this is him facing off all the people that he's pissed off
And he's pissed
over
off a
time.
lot of people.
He's done. Look, your sins, you eventually have to face your sins. Nobody escapes that. If you've ever done anything bad to somebody, at some point you do have to face the music. And this is his come to Jesus moment. You know what I mean? Not only did he kill Danny and Viserys's dad, he also pushed Bran out. But the thing is, his action set in motion a lot of things. Let's be real. The Mad King needed to die. He just happened to be the one that did it.
Mm-hmm.
And Danny is a hypocrite because you over here talking about, oh, you killed my dad. You sat and by and watch your husband freaking pour hot golden molten lava into your brother's mouth, dude. I mean, and
Hashtag
did nothing. And did nothing about it. You just sat there and watched.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even try to intervene. You didn't even try to say, all you did was just like, yeah, you're no dragon. Like, so don't you obviously already have a history. If somebody does something that you feel is wrong, you're gonna kill them. What about the slaver man, the guy that you took the Unsullied from? You didn't have a problem killing him.
Mm-hmm.
So don't. And the only other thing I'll add is, you didn't even know your father that well for you to have an attachment. You're just doing all of the
Exactly.
theatrics just to do the theatrics. You don't have no emotional attachment to that man. You just know what people have told you.
Besides, you wanted John to forgive you for what your father did to his father, yet you won't
Yeah,
forgive him for what he did to your father. Like, come on.
yeah, but
And
what
I don't like the fact that she's making me feel disturbing even trying to defend Jamie, but it's like that's being hypocritical.
look, I'm
Uh,
not I'm not
Like
here.
that
I'm not
bitch,
here.
I hate
I
her now. I hate Danny
Yeah.
now. She made me
I'm not
defend that
trying to
dude.
defend Jamie. I'm just trying to give perspective. Okay, perspective. Everything is about perspective. He was getting ready to destroy a whole city. And remember also Jamie's age at the time. Jamie was about 16, 17 at the time, right? And also a lot of people need to also remember that Jamie had witnessed this man do a lot of bad things. A lot of bad things. He had burned a lot of people. He burned a lot of people alive. He raped his wife repeatedly. I mean, and he couldn't do anything. You know what I mean? And I think, I think it's beautifully caught when he had that moment with Kat and Brienne, where Kat was telling him to swear that when she was getting ready to release him, he had conflicting vows, the vows of a knight and the vows of a Kingsguard, and those vows conflict. You know what I mean? And that was most of his adulthood, was having to deal with conflicting vows. I'm not saying that absolves him of anything, because Lord knows Cersei's kimchi is a hell of a drug, but he innately had to deal with a lot of the bad things, and I think it kind of bubbled over for him when he knew that Ares was getting ready to get ready to set the whole of King's Landing on fire with wildfire. I think that kind of took it to the head, which led him to commit that act of murder. But he's at the end of the day, as he stands there, he still has to face the music. He has to give an account for the actions that he took. You know what I mean? That's just the way that sometimes the cookie crumbles. And I think everybody's going to have their come to Jesus moment. This is just his. I don't think Bran is going to hold what he did to him. He's not going to hold it against him, because why? If he hadn't done that, Bran probably would have ended up in King's Landing instead of becoming the next three-eyed raven.
I don't think Bran needed to be pushed out of a window. Bloodraven had lost an eye, and that helped him with his powers. Bran could have just lost an eye. He'd still be able to walk.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I get it with all the conflicting vows and stuff, but you also have to keep in mind he had ill intentions when he even made these vows too. So it was bound to happen.
Right.
B, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm here.
So we
All right, what's your
about the
assessment?
whole Jamie thing.
I think that, I mean, I'm really not sure where you guys are. I was trying to follow, but I'm really not sure. As far as what's happening, so I don't like talk out
We're
of
just
turn.
talking about in general, like, what do we think is going to happen as far as his trial? Basically, it looks like he's standing before that Jamie's standing before Sansa, Dany, and Jon, talking about basically his crimes. So we're just really just talking about that. Like, what do we think is going to happen in this scene?
I think that it's going to be a replay of Tyrion in the Vale, and I think it's going to be one of those, oh, I confess it type scenes where it's like they're on trial and you think that he's about to, say what his real problem is, but it's really going to be some breakdown, some emotional freaking appeal by Jamie Lannister. Like, yeah, I know I've been fucked up for this long, but like, I'm here now. And I think he's going to be the one that tells them that he pushed Bran out the window. I don't think Bran's going to say it. I think he's going to say it. Because if you're Jamie, yeah, if you're Jamie, why wouldn't you expect for them to already know by now? Like, Bran's there, he's alive. You didn't even know he was alive, Jamie. Now you're like, oh shit, he's alive and he's an adult. Like, why wouldn't he have said anything now unless he just can't remember still, So I think he'll probably take the Obama approach and just sort of say it before the rest of them can say it. So in this scene, I think that he's telling them about the Mad King thing, but he's doing it in that Jamie Tyrion, that Lannister way, where it's really more of a bite, like, actually I saved you, mother. You know what I'm saying? I saved y'all, or whatever else. I saved all these people, or whatever, in a really snarky way. And then, we see what happens from there. But he clearly got dragged up in there because he looks disheveled and his exit is blocked. So they definitely got him like, you ain't walking up out of here, bro. So whatever
and it also doesn't look like he has Widow's Well on him at the moment. So he's probably de-armed as well. Mackenzie actually just reminded me in the chat that earlier on the They Deserved It screen, Johnny had said that he thinks Jamie's trial is going to eventually tumble into being Dany's trial. And I think that's interesting. I'm not sure I don't quite agree with it yet, but it's an interesting thought.
It's an interesting thought, but it'd be a stupid move on Sansa's part if she did that. Like, I think as far as like that whole look that they give each other, I think Sansa said something real slick that made Dany pissed. And it's like, she's going to stop disrespecting me just straight out. That's the vibe I got. But I think that would be a stupid move on her part if she turned that into her trial. Like, she doesn't have even though she has the forces there, she doesn't have the forces that Dany has. That's just That just doesn't make sense to me for her to do that.
Unless unless Danny's trial is not a public trial, it's something that's being waged in the shadows.
It could, but as far as like, I'm thinking they're saying like, while Jamie's standing there, it turns into a trial for Danny. Is that what he meant? Or is he saying like in the shadows that they're doing a trial for her?
No, I think he meant that it would be actually in the Great Hall while they're talking.
Mm.
Yeah,
Not
so
in
if it's that way, I can't see it. That would be a horrible mistake on her
I don't.
behalf if she did that.
I don't think. I don't. I want to say that I think that Sansa is smart enough not to be the one to initiate it. If it does initiate, if somebody does say anything, it'll probably come from the crowd and not from Sansa. Because Sansa, for the most part, she keeps quiet and just be looking at people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so do
All
we
right.
got the next picture?
Yes, I do.
And if y'all are enjoying the chat, hit the thumbs up button. Let us know you're digging it.
And shout out to the lady of the blankets, Nancy T, has stepped into the chat room, keeping the
Hey,
real warm one blanket at a time.
Yes, I feel
Thank
so.
you, Nancy.
That's my Netflix blanket.
That's my all the time blanket.
Right, exactly. It's so cozy.
It is though.
Okay, guys. So next, this clearly war council. Look right here with John and Arya, and someone is over here on the very edge of the frame. But John and Arya, what do you guys think is going on?
I think that's Jorah.
This reminds me. Do y'all remember which one was it? Next Friday, I think, where they had the Joker brothers,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like Joker, Little Joker, and Baby Joker.
Yeah.
And John right now are looking like Little John and not Little John, but Little Ned and Baby Ned. And it's definitely a war council. I do appreciate the look that they gave them, but I think this is after Tormund and them got there, and now they're planning to try to have some type of strategy for how they're going to go about this battle.
That's why I think he's like totally Stark. He's more Stark than Targaryen.
Definitely.
So,
And I like the fact that it's like he has Arya in there with him. Like he's learned from the past where he doesn't really necessarily include his sisters, but now it's like, okay, I know my sisters here, they want to protect, and he's including them in there. So I like that.
And I think also he recognizes Arya as a warrior now, which I think is the contrast with Sansa. You know, Sansa hasn't been in battles. Arya
Hasn't been in war,
Arya hasn't
though.
been in battles or war either, but she has been training on how to fight. So it would make sense to have all of your fighters that could possibly be your generals around the whole thing.
I don't know if Arya's going to be a general now.
No, just not saying that she is, but just like, so to speak, like she's in that role. There might be different like teams that they split into in different strategic spots, and Arya could possibly head one of those. Something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. It seemed like he learned his lesson. He's like, I'm not going to just leave them out. I'm going to like include them in more. Because for all we know, Bran could also be in that room too.
Bran,
he fucking better be. I'm tired of just sitting there creeping people out. Give us, you have all of the knowledge. Give us the knowledge.
But in the picture though, next to Arya, I do think that's Jorah, because that's how he stands with his hands kind of in his pockets a little bit. And it's not a wildling, and it's not the Men of Night's Watch. So I think it's Jorah. That hand, that dirty hand is just isn't that the hand that he had the grayscale on?
oh my gosh, it's not Jorah.
Either way, Jorah still need to stop touching shit. Damn it!
He does. Like, where's your gloves at?
Don't worry. When everybody's dead, it won't matter if you have gloves on.
I nominate Jorah to go and touch the Night King, and then we can just be done with this shit.
Show ends. That's it.
So,
All right. Hey, question for you guys though. What's this? Like, this ain't Long Claw. What is this? What is this weapon here? Have you seen this? Have y'all seen that before? Am I tripping?
No.
It might.
No.
I haven't seen that before either.
What weapon are you talking about?
Like, do you see?
That might be the new dragon glass weapon that was forged for him by Gendry.
Yeah, that's when I hit. It's probably
Yeah,
that.
that
It
makes
looks like
sense.
there's a werewood tree on it. I don't know.
Because Longclaw is over here underneath his armpit.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't
Mhm.
even notice that. Go ahead.
That would actually be cool, and it would make sense. I'm wondering though if maybe we might see John dual wielding a little bit.
That'd be cool.
That would be
It'd be
interesting.
very
Yeah.
interesting.
I better see all the fights in that third episode. John better be
All
doing
of the
cartwheels, power
not
wheels,
cartwheels. I'm sorry.
Power Ranger moves, all of that.
Hey, Dirty D in the chat, OTDA, he thinks that it's Heartsbane before John gives it to Jorah, like Sam gave it to him, and now John is going to gift it to Jorah, which would make sense because Jorah is a good fighter, and they need all the Valyrian steel on deck that they can get.
And Longclaw was originally House Mormont's Valyrian steel weapon before Jorah gave it to him. So it could very well be kind of like, well, here is Heartsbane on loan because I'm gonna need you to give it back because it belonged to Hearts Tarly. So I'm gonna let you hold this piece right here, but I'm gonna need it back at the end. All right, cool.
The problem is that doesn't look like Heartsbane.
It doesn't though.
This is
I
Heartsbane.
think it might be a Valyrian. I think it might be a dragon glass sword or some sort of some sort of dragon glass infused weapon that Gendry made for him.
I am wondering also how Gendry made that axe for the Hound, because we know dragon glass is very brittle. Like, it doesn't make sense to make a sword out of that. But if it was somehow infused with steel to help it hold together better, I think that would work. And I'm hoping that's what the process was, but they didn't show it, and I wish they would have.
I ain't even
ancient Chinese secrets.
I did not think that deep into it.
I've always thought one of the things with Valyrian steel is that it has some type of like ground up or shaved dragon glass in it to help with killing White Walkers and whatnot. So, I mean, I could be wrong on that, but it seems to make sense to me in my head. But I'm crazy. I don't know. What do I know?
You know lots of things.
You're not Jon Snow.
Yeah, John don't know shit.
Although I do know
so obvious now.
All right. So next up, this is obviously the same scene, and I have another image. This is the same scene too. So once we're done with these two images, I want to ask you guys, like, what do you think the plan is? So keep that in mind. But okay, here we go. Like, clearly it's not Jorah standing next to Arya because he's over here.
You know what? She just let me go on and on about
it.
Ain't shit about you. That's terrible.
No, what I did, I was like, it is not Heartsbane.
She was trying, but G just like to be like, oh, her Jorah red.
I just knew it was his hand.
He know he got grayscale. Why he trying to spread it? Keep your dirty hands to yourself. I wash my hands. I don't care. You didn't wash them enough.
He better get eaten by a dragon this season. Would be mad.
He's not gonna get eaten. He's gonna live.
He's gonna survive and sit Iron Throne. Just touch it. Just keep
it. And he's gonna look at the camera and wink at you.
Yo, Dirty D just said, damn it, where'd it go? It moved that quickly. He was like, oh, hashtag petty ass queens. You damn right we petty.
Am I petty though? Because that was nasty. And he was touching everything. That's an outbreak, but they just didn't have the budget. Otherwise, that would have been an epidemic.
Now, it seems like right here, this is almost like a spontaneous war council meeting because Dany is back in the coat that she was in before. So it's like they're getting ready to last minute crunch time, and right after this, they're going outside to fight. So she's scared.
Well, I have to give this to her. At least she'll blend in the snow, because everybody over here white. You know, you're gonna look like a
True.
black spot. They'd be like, shoot
That's
all the
smart,
black
though.
spots. But
Look
she's
like a
all
lone
white.
weirwood in the wind.
You know what I mean? So, you know, I have to give her that.
But they look like they get into business. I agree with y'all. It's one of those emergency plans where it's like we got to get to business and figure it out. Which is also why I think Sansa's in the room, because why would Barry be in the room? So
yeah,
right.
And she probably have a picture of that somewhere in her little collection. But Varys is worried. Like I don't know if this.
I just need a picture of Sansa giving some serious side eye or eye roll or half an eye roll. Like, oh my god, she's still here.
Varys looks worried. Varys looks worried for sure. Like I don't think this shit's going down the way y'all think it is, and I don't want any parts of it. George dirty ass. He looks confused, but like concentrating hard. So I don't know.
Well, remember, Melisandre left him with that cryptic. He said, "You're gonna die here.
We're gonna die together." You don't know,
right? Definitely, Melisandre, I think, went over to get the Fire Nation, and she's gonna come back. I don't know that we'll see them in episode 3, but there's gonna be some battle that they are definitely involved in, and I think Varys is gonna be running scared once that happens.
Well, he's in a crypt, remember? So unless they get down there,
Varys is about to get done in by a white. Where you going? Ha!
Right. Night King gonna see him and hit him with that frozen Scorpio. Get over here!
Like surprise!
Yes, over here. It's whispering shit.
Be like, where you going? Come in 1 second. I just want to nibble.
Like whisper these.
You are so wrong. Okay.
Whisper these nuts, son.
Okay. Are y'all ready for the next picture? We have Sam and John. Sam looks hella worried. See, this is what I'm saying. Whatever John is saying, people are like, I don't know if this is going to work type face, because we saw it with Jorah. Dany looked worried. Varys looked worried. And now, I thought call him John. And now Sam looks worried too. So he looks like he's not sure. He's got the people's eyebrow. What do y'all think is going on in this picture?
I don't know what picture you're talking about.
Oh, y'all don't see the picture with Sam and
Yeah, it's Sam and John. It looks like they're in the same scene. It's the War Council.
I don't see that.
Look down at where B's picture is.
I am. All I see is Jorah, Dany, and I don't know who's next to Dany here.
Really? Right now, it's the picture of John and Sam looking worried at the War Council.
Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna go to the chat because I was looking at her picture.
If you pull up the chat room, you'll be able to see it.
Or you can close your eyes and visualize it.
I think they do need to be worried. It won't matter what John says, okay? Because Sam is already experienced with White Walkers, so he knows the deal. Okay, it's all them other people. Look, Sam knows the deal. Jorah knows the deal. The Hound knows the deal. Anybody who was with John when they went to go capture a White Walker, they know the deal. It's everybody else who has never had the experience of having to fight a White or a White Walker. They're going in blind. Okay, Dany already knows the deal, so of course they're worried because they actually know the threat that they're facing, and they understand that every person that dies is just another person that will rise up. So what is going to be the contingency plan if somebody falls?
Right. Yeah, I agree with that completely. Yeah, it's not about what the plan is. It's just about the situation in general.
How are you gonna? What is the? You have to come up with a plan because people are gonna die. That's just inevitable. what do you do when they die? What is the plan? Are the dragons going to come in and swoop in and just start burning once they fall? I mean, what is the plan? How are the dragons going to play into this?
Yeah, so that's what it looks like. But in the picture, he looks like he's concerned. Like maybe John said something he wasn't expecting him to say. Maybe
Yeah,
John saying, most likely, John said he's probably going to lead,
of
or,
course,
and they're
of
like,
course,
what? And so,
of course, because that's
like,
who John is. He's not
hmm
going to sit in the back. That's not how he
yeah.
rolls.
But I don't know. Maybe it's wiser for him not to be the one actually head on in front of it, but actually be more like Tywin, where you delegate what goes here and what goes there instead of just leaping into action.
That would be the case, but we all know that that's not
Right.
what he's
That's
going
true.
to do. That is
And
not what
he
he's going to do.
really knows nothing, and everyone
But
keeps
he gonna
like
make
trying.
it though. He gonna
They
make
keep
it go. I mean,
they
for a little
keep
bit.
showing him like, John, this is what it is. No, I'm gonna do this. John, this is what it is. I'm gonna do it. It even goes back to what Mance was talking about bending the knee. He said the second that you do that, your people are not gonna follow you. And John, what he do? Bend the knee. Still
Yep.
didn't get it. I'm like, come on, this dude really don't know shit. You would think we in season 8 now. You gotta know a little bit, John. Well, he know them White Walkers coming. That's what
That's
we
what he
already
knows.
know.
He knows how to fight. He just doesn't understand he's not really being tactically smart
Right.
politically. But he knows how to handle his soul. I don't know if that was the right one.
I don't know if he knows how to handle that sword, but he knows how to handle that.
Obviously,
I don't know. I saw
obviously,
that boat scene. I don't think he knows how to handle a sword that well.
they got it at the. I couldn't watch that
I
shenanigans. I
was
couldn't.
so cringy. It was like, really? This is
I had.
what y'all
I
give
had to.
us?
I
This?
had. I had to skip forward. That I was not about to give that no airtime.
And you
Sorry.
want to know what made it even more creepy? You have Bran in the background
Talking
talking
in the
about how they're
background.
related. Like,
I,
what the fuck?
I was like, the show watchers are so gross.
They got twisted mind. B, are you back or are you still handling Wildland? I think.
Okay, she's definitely doing the I'm a daddy's girl thing because like her dad literally came and got her and she's just smiling now. Like
Oh,
she's just
I've
giving
been
me
like
all
Traitor.
this
I'm the one
love.
that carried you.
I
I'm
I'm
telling
pushed you
you,
petty like
out.
that.
I
I'm
literally
petty
pushed
like
you
that.
out.
I'm petty like
like,
that though.
I feel like that all the time. And she looks just like him. It's insane. Like I look at them all the time. They'll sit down and watch TV and I just be over here like,
I would
okay,
straight
It's
turn
not
real
fair.
petty. I would be
like
like
who am
petty.
I?
I would be walking by right in front of them like every 1 minute. You know I'm the one that carried you, right?
Right. Like I
You
brought
know
you in this world.
you
Like
know I'm
this
the one
is
that had to
real.
push you out. You just watched.
So, B, what you think about the picture with Sam and John?
I think that I mean, that picture, he's clearly like, so what you telling me is like, you know,
You
so
really about to do that goofy shit and go back out in the front for real?
you about to do what now?
You really
So
don't know shit, do you?
you really don't.
Like, dude, I'm
And
gonna need you to chill. You're the heir to the Iron Throne and the Seven Kingdoms. We need a good king because I really don't want that crazy witch on the throne, yo. She burn around burning
precisely,
people.
precisely. So like this right here, I think, and what you guys were saying is very true. Like you know for a fact, if nobody else, Tormund, Jorah, John, and Sam in this room should, understand the whites and the White Walkers. And I think that this is probably after Tormund shows up and is like, look, they're going to be here before the morning. And so everybody just gets together and rushes in this room like, listen, they're here. They're on the move. Like, they took
All hands on deck.
car hole got hit, whatever, like this is happening. This is happening now. So I think they're all afraid just because it's like, it's coming. And even though they fought them before, some people have fought them before, this is just a whole nother thing. Like, y'all didn't have to fight him with a dragon. And I
Right.
think that's what Danny's worried about too. Like, she's worried about losing another kid because now y'all got to fight this fool with a freaking dragon. And how are you going to do that? So,
They got to come up with a contingency. That's what I'm talking about. They have to come up with a contingency plan to deal with all of the fallen warriors and how they're going to deal with these dragons.
yeah, like as soon as someone dies, you got to burn them or something, like,
Yeah.
or maybe they have some things like what brand.
Are they gonna have? Yeah, are they gonna have somebody who has like a arrow that has fire? They're gonna have them like on the parapets off the top. Like every time they see somebody fall, they shoot a fire arrow at them. I,
Maybe, or maybe it's more like the what the Children of the Forest were using, those little firebomb things that they throw
yeah.
and they kind of explode. But
Hmm.
they're gonna have to figure out some way to burn those bodies
On the battlefield.
on the battlefield. Definitely, I definitely agree with you. So I
Yeah.
think this
Imagine if
picture.
they killed off all the children. I don't know. They could have left one alive. Just saying.
Well, who knows? For all we know, there's one hiding under Winterfell because that's like Children of the Forest cavern. We don't really know, you know.
I think
That's true.
if we get to the God's Eye, we might see some on the Isle of Faces.
If we
But
get
that's
to the
big.
God's Eye.
Did the show show that in the trailer? Because I haven't
No,
seen the
I'm
trailer.
just I'm just thinking on what could happen ahead.
Oh, okay. I was
No,
about
it
to say
wasn't
if they
shown
showed that
just a
on the
thought.
trailer. In the trailer, then I'd have been like, "Ooh, good one, show."
No, they didn't. And I was watching someone's video. I want to say Gray Area, and she pointed out something that was supposed to be the God's Eye, and she was like, "This is." I was like, "Well, that's really close to King's Landing, so they might have even moved the God Eye on the show."
Oh, check it. Theon is
I'm
supposed to
not
be
sure.
coming back to Winterfell, and he is known as a good archer. So
Oh, there you go. But he'd have to
Mhm,
be one
right.
cheating mother sucker in order to catch everybody that goes down. But I don't know. But
but he might be the one to be in charge of all the archers, though. They might give him that command or that charge. I
yeah,
don't know.
they
Just spitting.
I wouldn't put Theon in charge of anything. Like he betrayed us, like really
Look,
badly.
everybody has a redemption. This is his. This could be
Yeah,
his
but
way
you can
of
redeem yourself
this.
not
This
by
could
being in
be his
charge
way
of
of
anything.
paying back because he's probably going to end up dying anyway. So at least allow him the opportunity to make amends before that happens.
Dog, work in the kitchens, like work in like the infirmary, help people get back
No,
to like.
I need him to use his skills with the art with the
I
bow.
don't. He's missing like three fingers. I just don't trust it.
Well,
I don't know.
they gave him all his fingers on the show,
Yeah, he's
so
got
Oh,
all
they
his fingers
did.
on
He's
the show.
got his finger on the
he's
show.
got all his fingers on the show.
He can shoot some arrows.
Boo.
This is not the book. This is the show. He's got all his fingers.
Boo.
So
And you know what? Carrie Neve's absolutely right. Arya is a good archer. We haven't seen Arya with a bow and arrow since season one,
yeah, but they
but
don't. I don't think that that's what they want her to do. They want her to wield needles. They don't want her
No,
wielding
no, no.
a bow and
Hold
arrow.
on. No, there is I actually watched earlier one of Gemma's videos, Secrets of the
Oh,
Citadel. She actually
mhm.
shows Arya with a bow and arrow.
bow and
There's a
arrow.
picture of her already
Did
out
they
there.
show that Did they show that in the trailer?
In the I would assume since she got that, it was in the trailer for next episode.
'Cause
Yeah.
again, I haven't seen the trailer, so if they've seen it,
Oh,
so
okay.
if they
Okay.
show her with a bow and arrow, then it's probably in the trailer. So
Yeah.
she's probably that might be the special weapon that Gendry is making for her. I don't know.
No,
I,
Gendry's
No,
making
I
her
thought
he's
I
making
thought it
her.
was a
spear.
a spearhead or something.
He's
He's
making
making her a
her a
two-headed
spear.
spear.
But in that episode, not the episode, but in Gemma's video, she was thinking that the arrow that Arya is using in that picture may have a dragon glass tip. So
I would
she was
agree.
theorizing that Arya could possibly be aiming at Viserion like that, and it was a callback to Brandon Snow, I think was his name, Torrhen Stark's bastard brother.
Yeah.
And he was an archer too, so it's almost a parallel between them.
Yeah.
I
mean,
would be up for seeing
Well,
that.
yeah.
here's the thing, though. Like we saw it in the previous trailer. Naro, I don't know about you though, because you were doing the Unsullied, but
Yeah,
like
I still haven't seen the trailer, so I don't know.
we've seen her fighting with a two-ended weapon, like Simeon Star Eyes, like a two-ended staff.
Yeah, she was
Okay.
giving
And when
somebody
you
a
look,
wet work.
Okay.
yeah, she was giving somebody
So,
the
all right.
business. And when you look at that sketch that she gave Gendry, that it looks like that. It looks like what would be Simeon's
Yeah,
Simeon Star Eyes too to end his
Yes,
staff.
Okay.
the detachable hand. She's gonna go in there like what was his name, Darth Maul, with her dragon glass uh, spear, and it's gonna break
Okay.
apart. She'll be able to dual wield with that.
See?
Oh,
So it's
that's a
got
good way to
dragon
go
glass
out.
here at the end, and it goes in here where it screws, it looks like, and it looks like it's another dragon glass and on the other end. But it looks like she can, basically break it into two so that she can wield one in each hand if she needed to. It was a really versatile weapon.
That's a good way to go out, though. I will
Yeah,
say
true,
that.
true. All right, if T has already spoken on the subject, let's go to this next picture with Bran that you had.
Bran, yeah, here we go. So here's Bran in front of the fireplace at Winterfell. I don't know what room it is, but here he is. What do you guys think is going on right now? My bet is he's having to explain to John what the deal is. What do you guys think?
Mm. I don't. I don't know if I think. I don't think he's talking to. It doesn't appear to me he might be talking to John.
If it seems like he's just sitting and observing something, not necessarily speaking about any particular subject.
I think it'd be cool if he was talking to Danny in that scene. Not someone we would expect, but he did kind of say, like, the Night King has the dragons and everything. So I don't know if she's going to want to talk to him about that because she does kind of believe in witches and all that stuff. So maybe she's talking to him, or possibly Bran is he could be sitting there after thinking of something, or he might be just staring at someone. So it could be a number of things, to be honest with you. But
Mm.
I think it would be cool if he was talking to Danny or somebody like that.
Mm.
That's it.
What do you think it is, B?
I think he's talking to John. He's talking. Whoever he's talking to, he's got a frown on his face, and he looks like he has to explain something. So
Like it's gonna be hard to explain
yeah,
to
like,
John.
how do I do this?
I got you kind of slow.
You're screwing your aunt. Sorry about that, but you are. But we don't have time for this because the dead are coming.
That's
So
exactly what Benjamin did. He did not have time to explain shit to John. Just pulled his face down and say right off.
straight up,
Right.
it's like, yeah, I live. Goodbye. I'm gonna die now so that you can. Damn. Thanks, Unc. So that's what I think is going on there. I think it's just really Bran either explaining something to John or whatever, but whoever he's talking to, it's something that has to be serious. I wonder if it's related to the what do you call it? The picture that we saw before with him at the werewood, where he was just standing there. If he's just,
Could be. Could
explaining what he
be.
saw.
Because it could be, like I said, it could be some sort of intel that he needs that's going to help with the war. Because right now, again, he's like a by any means necessary type of mentality. So if he's talking to somebody, it's because what he has to say to them is important to the outcome of whatever of this war.
Agree.
He's not here for like, oh, let's for pleasantries.
I
Agree.
agree with that.
Next image. Uh, we've
I
got
drink and know
Tyrion.
things.
We've got Mr. I drink and I know things. This is what I do. I drink and I know things. What do you guys think he's doing here? Knowing stuff?
No.
No, I think he's drinking and sulking because the things he thought he knew are not happening because they've continuously been dumbing down Tyrion on the nonsense. But I think there is some type of betrayal that's happening that hasn't quite been shown yet. And that's what Tyrion may be lamenting because his plans got away from him.
I think he's either two things. This is before Jamie's trial, and he's kind of nervous of how it might go down, and he's starting to drink. Or he could possibly be drinking, trying to figure out what Sansa's up to, or what Danny's possibly up to, because I don't think Danny like lets him know everything she's going to do. Like she listens, but she doesn't always do exactly what Tyrion wants her to do. In fact, a lot of times she starts to ignore him. So it could be where he's kind of like pondering how this is going to play out, or this is really it now.
I think he's just reevaluating shit. I think probably what Sansa had said to him is probably going to play in his head, and he's probably thinking back to all of the decisions that he made in the past, past month, how they all ended up not turning out the way that he thought that they were going to turn out, and so he has to do some what you call it. Uh, he has to reevaluate things and do some self-reflection about, you know, has he really been, playing the smart move or making the right moves?
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, for him, it's about, finding his place and feeling accepted and feeling like he belongs. You know what I mean? He belongs there. Like he's not just some imp, you know what I mean, that doesn't have any value, that he has value and that he does belong. And so now all of that is coming into question. And again, like I said, everybody got to have a come to Jesus moment. His brother is there, and that's another dynamic, because here he is, he's the hand of the queen, but she more than likely he's going to want to, feed him to her dragons. Like, what
Yeah,
do you do with that?
he definitely looks like, ooh, I fucked up in that picture. Like maybe he's like,
Because
I chose the wrong
Jamie
side.
saved him. Jamie saved him. You remember? Because he was supposed to get his head chopped off.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie came in and saved him. So
He's probably trying to figure out a way to save him for sure. I mean, because that's like got to be tough knowing that you're serving one person, but you know what your brother's done to her family. And then you possibly, I don't know if he knew that Jamie pushed him out the window or maybe thought they had something to do with it. I'm not sure
I think
on that
I
part.
think in the book, I think in the books he knows,
Right.
but I
So
don't know
I
if in the
think
show he knows.
he's considering all of that, and it's like, I don't know. Like, I think he's pondering all these different things and trying to figure out what's the best move for himself
Hmm.
in that situation. But he looked
Self-preservation.
fucked up for real. Like, I fucked up seriously.
I agree with you guys. I definitely think he looks like he thought about something and it looks like he screwed up. But you can see like the chair off in the corner, and so
Hmm.
I'm wondering like, well, who's sitting next to you? And I'm thinking, well, maybe it's
Varys.
Jamie
Oh, I
or
was about to say
Varys,
Varys. Yeah.
That's true.
Varys or Jamie, like because it's got to be somebody that he's talking to about like, okay, this is what's about to go down. It looks like there's a little bit of like light, like whitish light over here. So maybe it's during the day. And if
Hmm.
that's the case, then the battle hasn't started yet. So he's not in there like, hey, this is it. I might as well drink myself, because we're clearly all going to die. So that's not it. I think he's sort of trying to work out like what has to happen here. Also, it could be after the trial and everything. And he's sitting down taking a drink and being like, this could be the last drink. Like, I just need to have one before the battle. He's not
That's
having to be commander again, as the half man. So we'll see what armor they put him in, but like, he might just be drinking one last one. Like we're about to die.
true.
What I heard in that council chamber was crazy. Like this plan is the worst plan I've ever heard in my life.
Oh snap! Shout out Teflon TV is in the chat.
Uh oh.
Hey,
Oh
what's
shit!
up?
And we did not even say Stannis' name. This is different.
Uh oh.
Stannis is a moot point at this point on the show. So
Yeah, they did chop
one time,
his head off.
let's say one time for Stannis. Boop.
You petty.
AOB, before we move on to the next picture, you want to take that question from DA?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, he asks, so are the Golden Company going to pull up on him? If you mean are the Golden Company going to get to the North Dirty D, I don't think they will. I think
Mm-mm.
they will meet whoever the survivors are from Winterfell, like somewhere around the Riverlands, maybe. But I don't think they'll be going and getting all the way to the north at all.
Yeah, I don't think that they're going up there because if you gotta put yourself in Cersei's position, if she sends people up there to help, she's gonna lose people, and then right after that, they're gonna try to fight her again. So she wouldn't benefit because it's like either she's going to die with the whole army of the dead coming, or she's going to end up dying because she's got to fight Danny and John. So I just don't see her sending them up there. What I could possibly see is that she has them where they think like they're going to go all the way to King's Landing, but she puts them in a position where she cuts them off, so they don't even get to King's Landing without a fight happening.
Yeah, I think you're right in that assessment. It's like the Civil War that happened with the blacks and the greens. Rhaenyra only got King's Landing because Aegon had sent out like all of the troops to go fight somewhere else, so she was able to come in and take the throne. I don't think
because they
Cersei's
thought they
going
were
to do that.
they 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 thought they were gonna. I think they thought that you were either gonna be in Harrenhal or they thought they were gonna be on Dragonstone, but that wasn't the case.
Right, right.
Yeah. So
Next.
I agree. I don't think the purpose of the Golden Company is to go chase after them. I think she even said it in the episode herself because I think what she was alluding to.
Mm-hmm.
Let them, get killed off and we'll deal with whatever's left.
Right,
And that's the whole
right.
purpose of the Golden Company. It's kind of like her insurance because she has the Golden Company, she has the Lannister army, and she probably has the army in the Reach, right? Because I didn't see the army. Is the army in the Reach part of Danny's ensemble?
But didn't
Because
Danny kind of take over?
I didn't hear anybody say anything about that. All I heard was Unsullied and Dothraki. I didn't hear her say anything about.
That's a really good question. You're right. They didn't address that at all. And you would think that any of them that did bend the knee would be, put in armor and given a weapon so they can then fight this huge enemy.
But
But
we
they
didn't
didn't
see
show
them
that, so I don't
marching.
know.
We didn't see them marching in Winterfell, so I'm gonna have to assume Cersei has them. We don't know how many stayed
Yeah,
and how many was at King's Landing
exactly.
when that happened.
Exactly.
So,
So that's what I'm yeah,
and
so that's what I'm saying. She has
yeah,
her army. She probably has the Reach army because
I'm
they're
gonna
salt.
give her that.
I would be salty. I would be salty. You just burnt my commander. And his son. I'm bending
Yeah,
now. Kind of like Debo said, like that dude said. He be telling me to shut up. I shut up. But when he walk away,
I
I be
be
talking again.
that
I be talking again.
movie was just on.
That movie will never get old. Not ever.
Y'all ready for the next pick?
Yeah, I see Baby
Ah,
Mormont on the screen. What
oh,
y'all
look
think?
at her little armor and stuff. Oh.
She ready.
I'm glad they finally fucking gave her some armor. I'm kind of miffed that we didn't see any of the training that John had said everyone needs to go through. Every man, woman, and child that can fight should be training for fighting, and they haven't shown any of that at all. Like right here, she's got on the armor, but there's no weapon that's visible that I can see. I don't know. My screen might just be too small. I might not be seeing the whole thing. But what is she good at? Like, I believe
But she
Alicent had a sword, or well, no, Daisy had a sword. Her mom, Mage, I think she had like a spiked mace or something. And I don't remember what Alicent's weapon was, but we know they were always in the thick of the fight. So what the hell is Lyanna trained on to use?
They didn't show anything in the show, so it could be anything. I mean, I hope she can fight. I hope they don't just put her in armor just to kill her off, but you never know. Who am I kidding? I think she's dead in episode 3 anyway. But I mean, she looks good. She looked ready. She looked like she questioning somebody still. Even in that pose, she looked like she questioning somebody. So I don't know if somebody said something to her or she don't like what's being said and she's questioning it, but she don't look happy about whatever she's hearing.
To me, it looks like she's playing that role as the northern mouthpiece again. Because you see everybody in the back like it's a schoolyard. Ooh, like she just said that to Danny. Like they're just standing there in the back, like behind her, like her little entourage. So she stepped out to say whatever discontent like they all feel to express that. I think she's being the mouthpiece again here. What they're talking about, I don't know, but it's very clearly right before the battle. Like they're coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I,
everybody in
I
the background seems to be holding weapons and whatnot.
I don't know if it's discontent or just basically. I mean, they're getting ready to fight a foe they don't know. So I would feel some sort of unease and concern and have a lot of questions too. So again, I don't think it's unfair to have to raise concern because it's something that I don't know and I'm getting ready to fight, but I have no idea and I might be one of those persons that have like 1,001 questions. It might be annoying to some, but with it's life or death. I want to be sure than unsure. I want to be able to ask than not ask. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
and she might be raising concerns of those behind her because they're afraid to talk, and she is their representative. So, you know, I don't think it's unfair if she has to step out and ask the questions that her people have.
Yep.
You
Because
know,
it looks
Carrie
up to
just said
her to
something.
lead them.
Carrie just said something in the chat. She said maybe John is trying to send her down to the crypts. I don't think John would do that
Nah.
because he was fully in agreement with any girl or boy that is of age to fight and wield a weapon should be on the battlefield fighting. So
He's
I,
going
I don't think he would try to push her down to be in the crypts at all.
if he sends anybody, he'll send Sansa down there. I mean, I don't even think Sansa would be in that position to say, "Oh, I want to fight," but
Yeah,
I
definitely.
couldn't see him putting her not in her position, especially her role with her people. Nah.
exactly,
Right,
exactly.
yeah.
Some people are just cannot be out there. They cannot be out there. They
Yeah.
they have to leave some leadership behind because if all in the aftermath of everything, somebody has to be there. You can't have all the leaders out there. That really wouldn't make any sense.
Right. It's almost like that first battle that led to Helm's Deep, where what's his name, Theoden, he sent Eowyn ahead to gather and to get
Right,
the people
right,
to Helm's Deep and organize and keep everything together. So yeah,
right.
where Sansa's concerned, I could definitely see her filling that role. There's no way she should ever be on anyone's battlefield.
And they should have at least there has to be some sort of a contingent that is also with her and all the people that they're sending down in the crypts because they're going to have some sort of a force down there.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Sansa's
I
going
agree
to
with
have.
that.
She's going to play like Cersei's role was in the Battle of Blackwater for
Yeah.
this Battle of Winterfell down in the crypts.
Yeah, that's a sound assessment.
And y'all ready for the next picture?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
let's go on. Tony had said I had asked a question about it in the chat too. So yeah, go ahead and introduce it, and then we'll get to that.
Okay, so this is Sansa. I don't know how she was able to make it to Panera, but she did, and she's eating a bread bowl while everyone else is getting ready for battle. What do you guys think is going on in this picture? Besides the fact that she made it to Panera.
I mean, it just looks like they eating and talking. Most likely, Sansa looked like she just checking people out. She looks concerned though, for sure. Not like how she was with Danny in the courtyard. So she does look like it's hitting home. Like this shit is real and it's about to get real. But I think they all eating dinner. I don't think she just chilling eating dinner while everyone's really worried about what war is about to happen. I think she in the dinner hall and everybody eating.
It's almost like a Last Supper to me. I think that's they're done planning as much as they can plan, maybe, and then everyone's getting this last meal to make sure their energy is up for the task at hand.
So basically, she's being a lady of Winterfell and
Oh,
making sure
sorry.
everybody gets fed. Oh, go ahead.
Say what you say?
Basically, she's being the lady of Winterfell and making sure everybody gets fed. Kind of like how during the Blackwater, she was praying for everyone, and Cersei
Yeah,
was like, "Aren't you perfect?
Yeah,
Like,
that makes
taking
sense.
care of everything."
like that's what she shines more at, is keeping other people calm that's not going to be able to be out there on the battlefield, like the children and the older people. But I just can't see her actually fighting. Like if you see Sansa out in a battlefield, she's going to die. Like that's a given. So I think her role is, she does well with delegating things, making sure they have the numbers and to feed the army, and making sure they have the right gear on and stuff like that. I think that's her role.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. There was a question from Tone earlier. It says, "Is that Tyrion over on Sansa's shoulder?" And if you look to the left of Sansa, it does look like Tyrion's silhouette.
It's
Like,
like it would be creepy. Like, why are you staring at her like that behind her back? But I don't know if that's Tyrion.
I mean, you can't really see if he's staring though.
It could be, but then again, it could be somebody else. So
Like
it could be
it,
someone sitting
yeah.
down.
it could be, but then it could be or it could not be. It could be anybody. Most of the people in the North got curly hair, don't they?
Yeah. Next. I mean, it's just her looking. It's not really much to tell on that picture.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to tell on that silhouette. It could be someone sitting down, or it could be Tyrion standing at a table. But it does look like they're in the Great Hall because of all the torches that are around.
It doesn't look like it's outside. Oh damn! I completely missed it.
Hmm?
Oh well. Next, Davos.
This picture here, no. Go ahead, my bad.
Davos.
So he's outside looking like he's feeding everyone. So
He's
like
definitely
everyone
making the
looks like,
soup.
what'd you say?
He clearly looks like he's making the soup. He's like, I'm here. I'm cooking it. I'm whipping it up. I got this old lady over here. As my sous chef, and I'm making up some onion soup for the North.
He's got the people's eyebrow too. Look at that eyebrow.
Right, it looked like somebody
Meryl
was talking shit, and he just looked over at him and raised the eyebrow, like, "If you don't shut the fuck up, I will poison your soup right now."
He do look like he's like somebody saying something like, what? It's
Hey,
probably
shout out to my man Tarzan that's in the room. Trial by trivia.
What's up? What's up? But yeah. So what do y'all think about what's going on with Davos in that picture?
I mean, it looks like he's helping. He's helping out to make some food for everybody to get a warm meal in their bellies. And it looked like, I said, somebody was talking shit and he just gave him the look. Like, I dare you say that shit again. Say motherfucker one more time.
Or maybe he just saw Melisandre roll up. I don't know.
Oh, that
would
would give me the people's eyebrow if she just popped up. Because he's like, bitch, didn't I say last time I see you, I kill you?
On sight, bitch. If I see you, you're dead.
Like, oh, you a bold bitch, huh?
She's like, I'm Melisandre.
Tony say it's the Winterfell soup kitchen. Yeah, it looks like it. They serve bowls of brown all day.
Hard ass bread down here.
Look, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's winter. Eat.
Right.
You hungry? You don't eat.
Because
my grandmother always used to say, if you're hungry, you're gonna eat.
You'll eat. Mm-hmm.
Right. Even if it's a bowl of onion soup. It's
my grandma used to always say, get the switch.
So next image is Gilly sitting obviously very close to that soup because here's that hard ass bread again. And it's her in her silks and furs. Like Gilly got the bag.
She looking like a little regal lady right there. Got her hair all styled up, the nice clothes done.
Like she definitely came up, especially if
she got to come up.
Cornhill. She went from a wilding fucking her daddy to that. That's a big come up.
Right. I agree. Yeah, she definitely got the bag for sure.
She got her hairstyle like she from the North. They really doing her good.
Right. She okay, this is what we gotta do. Okay, all right. I can do this.
She
Yo,
ain't
Big E,
look
Big E was
confused.
like, Big E in the chat, he said it's oyster clams and cockles chowder stew.
Ew.
A brown and bowl. Isn't Davos from Flea Bottom?
Right. A bowl of brown.
Right. He knows the recipes, man. He'll give you that fermented crab with some stew rice. It's a wrap.
It's
Yeah,
dead.
but Gilly looks confused in this picture. Like she does not know what's going on.
She's talking to someone though. So the
Yeah.
question is, who is Gilly talking to?
And you know she
Whoever it
usually
is, they're shorter than she is.
And she don't got the baby with her.
And she's sitting down and she's still looking down. So whoever it is short.
What if it's baby Sam talking to her, freaking her out? Like, what the?
Oh, that would be cool. We'll be like, oh wow, so now you can talk. That's crazy. You were definitely a baby before.
I told you by the third episode.
Yo, Michael
you
Landon.
be a grown man.
Fucking Michael Landon, man. I could see it happening.
You be like, who the fuck is you? It's me, baby Sam.
ABC 1, 2, 3.
Oh no.
I am here in the place to be.
Yeah,
Oh,
but she's
no,
probably
baby.
getting some good information in this picture.
Yeah, something's happening because she's like, huh. So yeah.
Like,
You're
true.
right. Nancy T is asking, where's Monster? Yeah, I'm wondering too. I've never seen Gilly in anything without having that baby on her hip. So I'm wondering, what's going on?
He's like, I can walk now. I can walk now. Thank you.
Right.
I call the baby a monster though. That's fucked up.
No, that's what
That's
they
what his
called
name.
them in the book.
I'm talking about the show.
He can still be known as a little monster.
That's terrible. Like a nigga with a monster.
There's still time to turn him.
Right.
There is still time to turn him.
You owe me that baby, right?
I'm coming for my baby. You've been trying to keep me from my baby. I paid my child support.
The only line tonight can't say you gonna have to come up off that baby though.
Word. I just want to see my kids. This is messed up. We shouldn't be laughing at this. This is wrong. But last but not least, the two black people in Game of Thrones who showed up to Winterfell. All of the people were in the North looking at them like they just showed up at a Make America Great rally. Like
what are those?
Like, is that a Negro on a horse? Like,
did y'all see the meme? Did y'all see the meme for this? When they were riding in with the white lady on the phone in the back.
Yeah.
Right.
That was hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
Vibe like, oh, y'all ain't never seen nothing dark down up here. Okay.
Not never.
No, we don't do that up here.
The memes this season have been absolutely hilarious.
Oh my god, they've been coming through with the memes. They've been coming through. I've been getting all of my life.
Somebody get Tony out the chat. Shorty dragging some wagon. Please, somebody get him.
Damn it. Poking in the dress. This is not ginger ale chat, man.
Do y'all think Grey
trying to
Worm
bring
going
us
to
back.
one more time before he go into battle?
Absolutely.
He fucking better. It's Mercedes.
Absolutely. Grey Worm is about to be all up in that for a good 3 hours. Like,
Sam be like, look, we about to die soon, so we might as well rub.
Exactly.
Do they rub? Or what does he do?
He probably went and got a strap on. I don't know.
I will say when they first did it, I did look to see if something swing.
There was nothing.
Nothing swung.
Nothing.
I tried to look, but it was not there. No shadow, no nothing. They was just rubbing each other.
I'm a little bit upset. Tony talking about she better not die. I know Grey Worm gotta die, but I'm mad. I'm like, y'all gonna go ahead and kill sexy ass Grey Worm.
Oh, y'all kill. She is not gonna do this.
But I don't think she's gonna die because I don't think she's gonna be out there. She's probably gonna be in the crypts with everybody else.
Yeah, Miss Andy's gonna be in the crypts. This is like their goodbye talk / kiss that we saw in the trailer. Yeah, I don't think Miss Andy's not gonna be anywhere near the battlefield. She'll be in the crypts.
That dude gone.
Grey Worm is dying episode 3.
Grey Worm, unfortunately, is out.
They saved him just for this season.
Yeah.
They say
this
we're gonna
whole
let you have one more good time, and then we gotta kill you.
which
Right,
sucks
right.
because it's like, does that mean do all of the Unsullied die? Because if not, who's going to be leading the Unsullied?
A good portion of them are gonna die.
Like they're all going to die. Yeah, like
A good number of people is gonna die.
All
which
your
just
You
favorites
know,
ain't right.
but you know
will
me, I love to say that everybody's gonna die. I look,
Mhm.
I'm like, I know a lot of people gonna be mad at me when I say this, but you know, Team Sansa, I think she should winner take all. I'm just
I mean,
saying.
no, that's a fact. I've never thought that she wasn't gonna rule. I just
I,
don't like her tact in the situations
but
of recently.
I don't think this it's gonna be an Iron Throne situation. But anyway, I'm like belaboring the point. Yeah,
you are.
you know,
You like to just stand in there. Let's talk about something else.
I'm sure they're gonna, you know, figure out whatever it is they need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
Whatever they do, whatever it is that they do, they'll do whatever it is that they do.
random tidbit for any Neil Gaiman fans out there. He wrote a book called Anansi Boys, which is kind of a sequel to American Gods.
Mm.
And BBC Radio did a performance of Anansi Boys, and Grey Worm, he voiced the key character in that performance of Fat Charlie.
Oh,
And
He's Fat Charlie.
yeah, that's Fat Charlie. And he also, that song that he sang, he did, those were his actual vocals. He did that playing the ukulele.
Yeah, I
Oh,
heard he
okay.
was a singer, right?
What'd you say?
The actor who plays Grey Worm isn't he a singer?
Yes.
Not that I know of. If he is,
I
I've
like
not heard that.
I heard that in the interview that he sings. Or does
I
he
mean, maybe, but I mean, he sounded good in the performance that he did, so he might.
Mhm.
Oh, let me find out. Well, you know,
Yeah.
he doesn't. Well, I was about to say, well, it's not like he has any, you know, that might help with his vocals.
If you don't stop,
It's not real. He really got balls. Like
I had to catch myself. That's all right. You know.
okay.
Sometimes.
Carrie said he is in a band, so yeah, okay, cool.
yeah, I know my shit. It's like nah, I just
he's a
Yo,
kid.
Tony said, "How is his edge up so sharp?" And yeah, that is the question.
because
Where the
all
hell
black
the fuck
people
are the
They
damn?
got.
have a barber
Do you
on
see that
lock.
dagger? You see that dagger he got? Man, he could get a
I
clean
mean,
line.
who is styling a brother though? Who
It's
really
the
He's
in
a
the north
Unsullied
devil.
barber.
knows
They
how
have
to
a barber within Unsullied. He knows that. You already know that it's a black man. He got a barber on lock. So stop
Yeah.
it, Tony.
I don't know about that, man. I don't
I'm
No,
just
know.
man, you
saying
got a whole group of black men. You expect him not
he
to have
got
his
that
barber?
sharp dagger there. I'm sure he could make it pretty clean.
Yeah, so he doing it Crocodile Dundee style. All right, all right, all right.
There's definitely somebody in the Unsullied that could cut you down and get you
No.
wet.
Right, because
And y'all
everybody's edge up is on 9,000. No,
Somebody
nobody
can
has
get
a
you
bad
wet.
haircut in the Unsullied.
they be
Just
talking in a group about shit that happened on the battlefield and shit because they don't have sports and they have to wait in their shop for like what? I'm getting too deep into it.
Mm.
yeah. So that's it. That's actually all of the images that we have. Does anybody else have anything like to add? Like what you think is gonna happen in episode 2? Like this is gonna be the last episode we get before, things start coming at us for 80 minutes and real fast. I think that this
What I
is it.
would appreciate if we have some major death. I want at least one person to die, one major character to die. That's what I would like.
I'm trying to figure out who would die in the second episode, though. That's kind of puzzling me right now. But I know for one thing, if a major character doesn't die at Winterfell, I'm going to be pissed. Because then I'm thinking the White Walkers were soft the whole time. No one dies but red shirts. That would make me
I'm
upset.
just
Well,
saying.
it'll be episode 3 though. They gotta kill. They have to kill major characters. Episode 3. They have to.
Jamie, 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 Jamie.
It's not gonna be Jamie.
Ooh, Big E said it. House Glover. What do you guys think? Is House Glover about to
I
get wiped
I
off the map?
I honest. Wait a minute. Where's Deepwood Mott? Is because Deepwood Mott is
Mott is near the neck.
okay. So they're actually after Winterfell. Because you have to pass Winterfell to get to Deepwood Mott, right?
Yeah, Deepwood Mott
Deep
isn't near
Neck.
the next. Deepwood mine
unless
is in the
unless
Deepwood, is in
and no,
the Wolfswood.
and knowing how sneaky the Night King is, I'm telling you, man, I really think that he's doing one of those half moon circular pencil moves
where he's hitting them
on
out the side.
Winterfell. He's got him surrounded on all sides, and he's just gonna move in.
I can see that.
Yeah, but I still think he's going for. Yeah, I still think Winterfell's the next stop, just based
Oh
on
yeah, for
how the
sure.
credits,
Oh, for
just based
sure.
on the credits. But yeah, I don't know. I think if it becomes Glover's in trouble if they go past Winterfell.
I think the Glovers are gonna come into play when it comes to the Golden Company.
Probably so.
Probably.
That could
Probably.
work out. Yeah.
How's
I
the
think
show,
this is
Cesaro?
They are so disloyal. It's not even funny. Like,
right.
Yeah.
The North did not fucking remember shit.
No, the North
you
didn't
can
remember
Not in
it.
not in the
a
show at
little
least.
bit.
All right.
Like,
These
you
hoes is not
try.
loyal.
And where's Wyman Manderley?
Right. Yeah. We
Right.
didn't see him either.
They showed
Yeah.
him in the show. I mean, like, what's up with that?
That
Yeah,
goes to
I'll
show you
say-
that they didn't respect John the second he left. They was like, nope, we ain't doing that shit again. He doing the
Well, I
same
mean,
thing.
well, I
Rob.
Well, you know, as soon as they found out that he bent the knee, they were like, "See, there we go again."
Nope. No, bro.
They were like,
Yeah,
"There
but that's
here we
still
go
some.
again."
That's
You know,
still some
can't be
BS,
mad. I
though.
mean, he lost a lot of people from from
Man.
Rob, and he thought maybe John would have been different. And here we go. Anytime the North get entangled with any Southern interest, they end up with the short end of the stick.
Yep. And I wonder how Danny's supposed to deal with the wildlings because they're not going to bend no matter what.
No.
So I'm like, you still got, no matter even if you have the North to you that will bend the knee, which I doubt, you got also wildlings who's not going to bend the knee. And it goes to show you that John, like I said before, didn't pay attention when man said, if you don't understand why I won't bend the knee, then there's no point in telling you. He still don't understand.
No, because John doesn't really understand politics. He's just way too linear. His
Yeah.
main focus is we got this threat and we need to take care of this
And
threat.
that's all he sees.
He's Ned Stark's son.
He's not thinking about okay, what happens after that, because probably all in his mind is either one or two things. He doesn't think he's gonna survive, or if he does survive, he probably thinks that him and Danny gonna ride the dragons into the sunset. I'm sorry, first of all, I don't even know if both those dragons is gonna live anyway through this.
Oh no, they're not.
I don't think any dragons is gonna
At
live.
least 2 is going to go down at Winterfell. I want to see some vicious dragon fighting, like borderline.
Yeah, I could see Viserys going up against his two other brothers.
Yeah,
I think that has to happen.
And killing Rhaegal off before Drogon. And I think Drogon still needs to be alive to deal with the battle down south.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tony asks, where did the term shit end of the stick come from? Did people stick sticks up other people's asses on the regular?
You know, they be doing weird shit in the past, so I would not put it past them to do some weird shit like that.
There was some random contraceptive from way back in medieval days where women would actually put feces in their JJs to stop themselves from getting pregnant. The Middle Ages are filled with a whole bunch of crazy shit that they called medicine. I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah. Pass. You're not getting one tonight. Nope.
Would you like a bit of feces on your pecker?
Right. So disgusting.
You don't really want it tonight, I promise you. That's not happening.
Come in if you want to.
You just have to go half on a baby because I'm not doing that.
No, thank you.
Yeah, it's not worth it if I got to do all of that.
For shizzle.
I'll be a silent sister.
Only thing that stops is me from going down. Oh my gosh.
You know what? I'm gonna need not.
I mean, it would though. Like, you wouldn't get no Lord kiss when you got feces. Like,
yeah.
Like this bitch got pox.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know what's wrong.
All of the diseases.
I swore
Mhm.
I laughed so hard when he said, "Oh, poor thing, she gonna die in pox within a year." He said, "Who? Which one? The one that just rode you?"
Dumb. Well, Braun's gonna die anyway, so
It just is funny if it's pox that kills him.
that would be funny.
Like you dirty, dirty, dirty man. Should have
Mm.
wrapped it up.
He was just like, which one? Wait, who? Which one? No. That
Hmm.
was it. That was the funniest part. Oh, she's gonna die in a year of
Who do you?
pox. Really? Which
Okay,
one?
so who do you guys think will die in this battle?
I thought it was John, but now I don't know anymore. I think
Episode 3 battle, not this, not episode 2. So
Well,
everybody knows
I
episode
I don't
3.
look. I would just like to see a major death in episode 2. Whether or
I
not I
don't
would
think it's
get
gonna
a
happen.
major death is a different story. As I wanted a major death in the first episode, but I didn't get that because showrunners soft and all that
yeah.
other gibberish.
Mhm.
Plot armor and all that other gibberish. And I'm sure it's gonna go on to the second episode. Like whatever. But yeah, when the battle actually kicks off, which is probably going to start off, which would probably be the cliffhanger for
Mm-hmm.
the second episode.
Mhm.
Who do y'all think will die?
In the
In the
second
second,
episode, I don't know.
No, I'm talking about in the battle. In the battle.
Oh man, who don't I think is going to die?
Right. That's
That's
the
the
easier
better
question. Who
question.
won't die?
I think everybody. I mean, I thought John was going to die. I still kind of think I'm kind of leaning he might not, but some telling me he might die.
He's
I
not gonna die. He's not gonna die in this battle. He's not gonna die.
Okay, I think Jamie's going to die.
Jamie's not gonna die in this battle.
See, this is what's
no.
missing, y'all, because it's like everyone thinks that your phase is going to live, and I'm like, okay. I mean, Jorah's not. That's not going to be good, cool if he dies. Like, duh, he almost died last season. That's boring. But
I
I'm
think
talking
Grey
about
Worm dies.
that's not a major character. I don't care if he
I
dies.
think
Like,
Brienne dies.
yeah, I do. She's gonna die saving Jamie.
Which is really unfortunate because
Yeah,
It's probably gonna be closely related to what happens in the books anyway. So
yeah, because
tomato, tomato.
she said something about who would want to die for a Lannister, and I don't know why I was like, that's the kiss of death. I don't know why she said that shit too, but I think she's gonna die saving a Lannister. I
Do you,
think
do you think she'll do you think she'll look at do you think she'll look at him before she goes at I always loved you?
Oh
And
my
then
god.
Whitney
Tyrion tells,
Whitney Houston's gonna be played in the back.
I think so. I think Jamie's gonna like say something like it's gonna fuck him up because he I think he loves her too.
I think so.
He just he likes fucking his sister and shit. So but
Look,
I don't know. I just feel like it's always that he wants to die in the arms of the woman that he loves type shit. But I think it might be reversed. But I think that Jamie dies trying to save Bran, to be honest with you.
could be. I would not disagree with that.
I'm trying to think
And
of
then that way Arya could get his face.
yeah, I don't think Arya is dying. That's like one of the people, even though I know a lot of people think she is gonna die, I don't think Arya is gonna die.
I don't think she's gonna die in this battle.
at least not in this battle. Yeah.
No, she's not gonna die in this battle.
We already said Grey Worm is gonna die.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
Who else was out there? We already said that.
Do y'all think do y'all think the Hound dies?
Not yet.
Yeah.
I don't think the Hound is gonna die.
I think he goes down south again. So no,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Everyone's all hype on Clegane Bowl, so I think that
What about
he's gonna make it
Tormund
back
and
south.
Tormund and the whoever's left in the Night's Watch?
Tormund, unfortunately, might die. I hope he doesn't though, but he might.
But I forgot who said it, and I don't know. I want to give you credit too. So if y'all remember who said it, please. They said that Tormund might be alive because he would be like the main person who's like the head of the wildlings.
Okay.
Who said that?
That was Tony.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go. So yeah, I knew I heard that shit somewhere today. So Tony says, so I like that idea, but if I'm going to be a realist and be real, and if I'm going to kill all y'all phase, I can't just hold on to mine. I'm not that petty. So I think he's gone. I think because the third episode, I think it's gonna fuck us up. And I think people are holding on to people, and y'all really think they're gonna make it, and they're not. It's gonna
Mm.
feel like Barrison. Remember when the music was playing? You was like, "Yeah, he killing these dudes and getting it and getting it." And the next thing you know, the music started getting a little fucked up, and then you realize this shit's going south. And next thing you know, he's dead. I think we're gonna be hit with something like that, where we think something's gonna go well, and then the music starts fucking up, and they start doing bad.
Mm.
So, who else?
Well, let me ask this: do you think Varys dies here, or you think he dies south in the south?
I don't know. That's a good question. Because Mo even had an interesting theory about that I liked. That he thought that Chiron would be the one behind his death. But I don't know. He looks worried. He might not make it out of Winterfell. It depends. It depends if we see Melisandre back again. If we see her back again, then I think it's Winterfell. If we don't, then I think it's down south.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Who else was I thinking of? Well, I don't. You know what? A part of me thinks Dany dies in Winterfell, but then again, I don't know. I don't know because I don't see her sit in the Iron Throne.
She can't. She can't. I'm telling you, and I know people are not gonna like this, but it is what it is. Plot armor, y'all. Tyrion, Cersei, Dany, Jon, Sansa, Arya, and even Jamie. Unfortunately, like those are my picks for who's making it through the
That would
season.
be so boring.
Unfortunate.
No, they're not. They're not.
They're gonna die, but it's not. You're not gonna die. Some of them will die, but they're not gonna die until episode 6. Mark my words. Jamie Lannister.
Well, yeah, they might die later. They might die later. Yeah.
That's crazy. That means the Night King was never really a serious threat. That's crazy that only like secondary characters really died in that battle.
Really gonna happen. I really think that's gonna happen.
Tell me, if that happens and no major character dies at Winterfell, I'm rating that bitch a 0. Like that's
Brienne might die.
It would make more sense to me if either Dany or Jon dies at Winterfell. One of them has to die at Winterfell. I mean, it would just make more sense to me.
I'm just saying, you can't hype this army since season 1, and then you already gave us the formula where you're not afraid to kill off a main character, and then to go later on in the season and be like, no, we're gonna savor these characters. And that would be trash writing.
Yep. Well, they have to though, just because like you figure like this is legit, like 7-8 hours, however long it is. Like this is several movies worth of like content, right? And they're tying it all up. Like Dany, Jon, Tyrion, like come on, people that we've been seeing since the very first episode. Like they have to give them like that breadth to really have like to come full circle and to do all that stuff. And so also not trying to be ass, but just like from a marketing standpoint and making money, y'all know there's a lot of people who are not like into this the way that we are, you know? So they're gonna be like, oh,
most of us are into it because, yeah, but the majority of us that are truly invested in it is because I won't say everybody, but most of us, at least here that are talking now, you know, is because we also have a really strong knowledge of the books, and so this is something that's going beyond what we've read. You know what I mean? And we kind of also have an inclination of what's going on in the books. When you're talking from purely a show standpoint, you know what I mean? They have to think about how they have to manage, you know, who they're going to keep and who they're going to get rid of in order for them to get to the end of the story. But at the same time, you still got to keep true to the essence of what Martrim portrays. You know what I mean? Nobody is safe. No character is safe.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has. It would make more sense to me if somebody goes. It doesn't have to be both, but somebody got to go.
I feel you on that.
Somebody got to go.
That would turn me off. Because only a secondary
people are still going to tune in. If you kill either Dany or Jon, trust me, people are still going to tune in because they got to find out what happens.
We got to find out the end. Yeah,
they got to know how it ends. They got to know how it ends. They're going to be pissed off. But they gotta know how it is. They're gonna come back.
A lot of people love the show because they actually killed Ned Stark off first season. They were like, and they still continue to watch it. I just think it would be a bad move to say this was such a big threat, but it wasn't really that big of a threat at the end of the day because your main character survived. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
Carrie
would.
had a good comment in the chat. She said 7 major characters need to survive to be the new Mother, Father, Maiden, Smith essences of the 7.
I would agree with that if the show was really into really gave meaning to that symbolism. The show, I don't think the show really cares about the faith of the 7. In the books, I would probably say, in the books that would make more sense to me. On the show, I don't think the showrunners really care about that.
And for Tony, I don't know. I don't think that if you killed like Tony, not Tony, if you killed like Sansa, John, or Danny off, that people would leave.
Mm-mm.
They killed John the other season, and they still stuck around. So,
Oh.
but in my opinion, I mean, no one has to agree with it. Just in my opinion, if you give me this big threat since season 1 and it doesn't kill a major character, to me, it's just like it wasn't really that big of a threat, and it kind of diminishes what you were setting up the whole time. But that's just my opinion.
I mean, maybe Theon will die,
Like he's not a major character to me.
But
but
his arc leads on him going to the path of dying. It's just that he is gonna go out redeeming himself. It's
Yeah,
the
I
same
can
thing.
see him dying. I'm just saying I don't consider him like a major
No,
character.
it has to be. It has to be one of the big players. To me, it's either
Yeah,
got to be John, Danny. I don't think Sansa's dying. That's
no,
just
I
my
don't
own
think so
personal opinion. But
either.
between John, Danny, Arya, one of them got to go. One of them got to go at the end of the battle at Winterfell. One of them got to go.
I'm with
they're
you.
not. I'm telling you, and I know it's messed up, and I can tell you how I know, but I won't because I won't kill y'all. But they're not. They're
Yeah,
not.
that's
I'm
why I'm just
telling
like I might
you,
be
they're not.
disappointed. I'll be
So you know
disappointed.
what I feel? I feel the show is bullshit. That's just my
Yeah,
opinion.
it's like then it's like okay, you're really watering down some shit now. Cause then I don't know. That's just my opinion though. It would feel like they weren't really a threat, and you hyped up the Night King all these seasons for him not to do shit.
I just think it's that. I think that's just straight
I
BS.
think he's gonna do shit. Like he's gonna lay
Yeah, you
waste
gonna kill
to Westeros.
secondary characters.
But
You're
that's
not really gonna get any emotion off of
Yeah,
that.
no, nobody,
it
nobody.
will be
To me
secondary.
personally, I would have loved to see Arya get killed by a white, and she had to be raised up by the Night King, and John had to kill her. To me, that's emotion. That's like, man, that is some
Yeah, like
messed up.
shocking.
That is so messed up. But I know that's not what's gonna happen.
Now I'm not looking forward to that episode because it sounds like it's getting watered down.
Yeah.
And it just seems like, oh, we'll just get in a fight scene, a big ass fight scene. Like, okay, cool. But it's
Yeah.
not gonna have meaning if I don't know, just that'd be lame. And then it would make sense why they want to shorten the season and just get it over with. But that's lazy writing to me.
Mhm.
They're not gonna die. If you're interested in being spoiled and how I know they're not gonna die, let me know. I'll send you what I have. But those 7, they're gonna die, but they're not gonna die at Winterfell. I don't know if they're gonna die in the show because they could possibly just die at the end. But
You
they're not
know,
gonna die at
they
Winterfell. They're gonna get out of
after
Winterfell.
Winterfell, they still got to contend with the Golden Army and Euron and stuff. So
Mhm.
I
Well,
guess.
good question. Actually, what do you guys think is going to happen with the Golden Company? Because there has to be a big fight later in the Riverlands against the Night King. We saw that in the very first teaser, right? Like that'll probably be the final stand somewhere near the God's Eye and the Riverlands, if the God's Eye is even still up there anymore. But there's that, and then they may have to fight the Golden Company when they get south of King's Landing. What do you guys think is going to happen? I know I don't necessarily think that the Golden Cup, like the way things are gonna play out, is gonna be. But what do you guys think? Go ahead. What do you guys think? Naro.
I think Cersei's definitely going to bang Harry Strickland.
Yeah,
He is.
earn her more card.
So basically, Cersei's just gonna be Cersei.
I mean, she's
Pretty
the
much.
thought of King's Landing. It will continue.
She has to secure that she has these armies, so she's gonna do what she gotta do, and it's just like what she told Sansa: the best weapon is between your legs, and that's
But
what she's
but
gonna
Harry,
do.
but Harry. Oh, you know what? I need to separate the two. I was about to say
Yeah.
Harry Strickland is just is not that. If the Golden Company is who the Golden Company is, Harry Strickland wouldn't even put himself in a position for Cersei to be like, "Yo, you could come through."
Mm, I don't know. I'm just so bent out of shape now for that whole Winterfell thing. Like, boo. Like, y'all some suckers for that.
Yeah, softies. Yeah,
Close your mouth and slow down.
I think the Golden Company will eventually get. Well, let me not say that because if we are going by the different spoiler chapters from the Winds of Winter, because I think we see the Company in John Connington, Ariane Ariane spoiler chapter and John Connaughton's spoiler chapter,
Mhm.
and the way that they have a secure footing. So yeah, I think they're gonna get defeated though, because Cersei's not gonna make
Yeah, I
it.
don't think so either. I think she's going to think she's clever. I think she's going to do something that surprising with the Golden Company. Like, I don't think she's
Mhm.
just going to be waiting at King's Landing for them just to come down. But I do think she's going to have her people in a certain area. Now, what area? It could be Harrenhal, it could be somewhere in the Riverlands, it could be anywhere, but I think she's going to set it up so like they think they're just going to march down to her and they'll be surprised somehow.
I don't think they're
Was it
going
ever alluded to that she still has some wildfire there?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
still wildfire under the Red Key.
Okay.
and across all the major
Yeah,
thoroughfares.
Okay.
yeah. So,
Well,
and I think
hmm.
But
if the Golden Company doesn't succeed and they end up going towards King's Landing, I think Cersei might blow something else up too.
And plus, remember, one of the Drogon will still be around. I honestly do believe that Drogon will still be the last dragon standing. So at least I think Drogon will still be the last dragon standing before he goes
Hmm.
out. Because I think Drogon is gonna get killed by one of those, by the what you call it, the what's that weapon?
Oh, that
the bolt.
scorpion weapon.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But all I know
Because
is
they wouldn't. Because the way that they showed it in the opening sequence, I think it's gonna play a pivotal role to Drogon's existence. I mean, survival.
possibly. I don't know. It just seems like Cersei is going. She was happy that the dead was coming, which means I
Yeah,
think she's like good. I think she has faith because she's seen Danny's army, and if they can't fight them, then she would think that adding hers isn't going to do anything. So I think
yeah, but
looking at
yeah,
it as they're going to reduce the numbers. Like I'm pretty sure she's hoping that they do succeed in a way because she doesn't want to have to deal with that threat. But
but at the same time, if the White Walkers succeed, that's worse for you because all them people that they kill, guess who's coming?
right, but Cersei, either way, she's shit out of luck because if she sends her people up there to help fight the dead, after that they're turning on her to fight her for her crown. So she's gonna lose. It's like a lose-lose situation for her. So it's like damn if she do, damn if she don't. At least if the dead come, they come and they just gonna have to fight. But at the same time, if they do succeed, she knows their numbers are going to get reduced somehow in that fight.
Oh yeah, for sure,
So
for
that's
sure.
all I'm saying. In her position, if I was in Cersei's position, I wouldn't be sending no one down there just because
Hell no.
it's like y'all gonna fight. It's like no matter what I do, it's a threat coming towards me. Where it's different with John and Danny. It's like, yeah, you have this, and then you're the actual threat going towards her. Where with her, it's like either way I lose. So why would I help y'all out?
True. Because yeah, everybody's coming for my neck anyway. So
Right. Be like,
I
fuck
might as, I
y'all.
might as well secure my position as best as I can. And if I'm gonna go down, I'm just gonna light the wildfire and take everybody out
And
with
I
me.
think she would do it too. Cersei's that fucking petty to be just like the Mad King and say, I'll burn everyone down. And she said it before, I will burn the city to the ground before I let somebody do something to my kids or whatever.
Now,
So
question is, will she get the same Mad King treatment? Will she get killed before that order could be given?
Yes. Yes.
I mean possibly, but maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
He's
she's gonna
dying.
blow.
He's dead.
I think she's setting up a trap and something's telling me that she is gonna blow it up.
I think she's trying to set up a trap for Danny and them, and just going to end up something that they're going to have to trip for the Night's King. Because in my eyes, I just don't see how the Golden Company is not going to flip on Cersei fairly early.
Oh, they probably will.
Yeah.
Because
Just
you know what?
because,
No matter what, they're still a sellsword company, and they are to the highest bidder. And I don't know if the Golden Company on the show is the same as the Golden Company in the books, because the Golden Company in the show would be more likely to be loyal to a Targaryen than they would to Westerosi.
Yeah. But
and that's what I'm thinking is what's probably going to happen. Like, does he even know who he's fighting?
I also think that Euron did the contract under his name instead of under Cersei's. I think
Mm.
he took her
Well,
gold and he's there under his contract. And so I think when it comes down to it, if he flips, they're going with him, not with Cersei.
I
oh,
really
I
don't think
thought
Euron cares.
I well, wait a minute. I thought it was the Tychos who offered the Golden Company to Cersei back in last season.
Offered her. No,
No,
He
she
she
suggested
borrowed the
he
money.
suggested
yeah,
them, but
but
I don't think he offered
he
to.
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
No,
okay.
she
I
borrowed
But
the
thought
she
that
money.
I
did
thought
what I'm
that was
saying.
the con. I thought off, probably off camera, that they made that she did the deal. Okay, I get it
But,
now.
but what I was getting at is that she sent Euron over and with the money to make that contract. What I'm saying is I can picture Euron being clever enough to say, well, I'm gonna put my name like they're under
Yeah,
contract under me. I
yeah.
just used the money that she gave me.
Right,
So
right.
that could be a possible way that they betray her too. Because you did see in that episode where Yara was saying, you chose the wrong side. And he was actually agreeing with her and said, at first I gotta fuck a queen.
Yeah,
And he
that's
said
why I
he could
think
just
he
take
don't
his ship.
care.
He could take his ship and go right back to Essos.
Exactly, and that's why I'm like, he don't care because this man literally was like, "Listen, I'm just trying to bang the queen, and after that, I'll sail wherever the hell I want to sail at." So it's
Well,
like,
he got what he wanted.
like he's gonna bang the queen, and then when shit gets up, and then he told us in last season too, like, "Oh, can they swim? No. Oh, good. I'm about to hop back to an island." Like he's not. I don't think Euron cares either way, yo. I don't think he
Right
cares.
now,
The
right
deal
now,
is
the
getting
The
Ironborn back.
Ironborn are are probably the safest, because they're all surrounded by water,
Mm-hmm.
and that's right. The the whites do not swim. They do not
No,
swim.
they don't swim. So there you go. But I don't know. But I would just be interested to know if I want to know what you guys think. Does the Golden Company even know who they're fighting? Does Harry Strickland know that he's fighting
I don't. I don't
Daenerys
think he knows.
Targaryen?
I don't think he knows that's what who he's
If he
fighting.
doesn't know, I mean, I think
He
you
will.
know what he might find out in the next episode
He
because we
will
might
know.
see what Cersei is trying to plan while all of this is happening down in the north, up in the north.
I
Because first
think
of all, I
he
think
may.
just for the mere fact they think that she still has a dragon around, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna pass.
I
It'll be
think he knows they'll be
interesting.
fighting like the North or something like that, but I don't think he knows anything really about the Army of the Dead. I feel like Cersei would have left that part out.
Yeah,
And if she's
I
smart,
feel like
she would have left the Targaryen part out.
he don't need to know that.
I just don't see her sending the Golden Company to the north.
No, I don't think they'll
I
meet.
don't think that'll happen.
They'll either meet in the Reach or they'll meet in the Riverlands, like AK said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
One of
can see
those
them
two
meeting in the
spots.
Riverlands just because they don't really talk about the Reach that much. Like they talk about High Garden a little bit, and then with Marjorie and then we're on there. But for the most part, they don't really talk about the Reach. Like we should be talking about Storm's End. Like how can we have not been saying shit about Storm's End like
They
since
haven't
Renly
shown
died?
they haven't shown Storm's End since Stannis. I think they mostly
Yeah.
show Dragonstone. Not I said Stan. Well, they
You're right,
haven't.
though. They haven't really shown it since Stannis left. Well, no, he wasn't there, but since like season 2, I think.
Since Renly died, I
Yeah,
feel like that's the
so
last time we saw it.
Right.
I mean, they could easily fight for it, but
Dragonstone.
I don't
Yeah,
know if they
Dragonstone
will.
is what I could see them instead of using Storm's End. They probably use Dragonstone because that's what's more known on the show. They
Possibly.
substitute a lot of they substitute a
Familiar.
lot of things, so
Yeah,
I could see them substituting the battle, whatever battle or takeover, instead of it being Storm's End, which is where it currently is in the books. They're probably just going to use Dragonstone because that's what's more well
or they
more.
could do Harrenhal.
They really didn't touch Harrenhal.
Yeah, they did. When Arya was there.
I guess I should watch that, right?
Mhm.
You know,
That happened.
Fandom the Saint, the artist formerly known as the Broke Black Man, he said whites actually do swim. How else do they go into the water and put chains on a dragon and drag it out? That's a valid point. I didn't think about
I don't. Well, the dragon was half in the water, half out of the water, so.
But you don't know if he sacrificed the whites just to go down there and tie it, but they don't come back up.
Yeah,
Because there's so many that he would.
because
I
the
think
the
he was
whites that were
sacrificing.
I agree. They don't swim because if they swam, if they did swim
They could attack
when they were stuck on that rock surrounded by water, they could have ran over and attacked them, but they didn't do that.
That's true.
Or when John was, I think, what was the season that he was riding away from the shore?
Season 5.
They didn't run after.
Hard
They didn't run after. They didn't run after
Hard
them.
home.
Yes,
Right.
I'm with you on that. I think that they jumped down there to tie it up, but then you had other whites pulling it. Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, we don't do that swimming. They must be from New York."
We don't fuck around with swimming like that.
Yeah, we
funny.
play. We only play at 4 feet. Y'all can keep that deep water over there. We play with 4 feet. We splash our feet. That's what we like to do.
We just splash our feet.
You going swimming? Yeah. Splash our feet. That's how we swim.
Y'all are wild. Anything else, ladies?
No, that's it.
Did y'all enjoy this chat? People in the chat, did y'all enjoy this convo talking about predictions? Apparently, all your faves are not gonna die, which is
lame. So lame.
90% of them will die.
That's so lame. Like
it is so lame.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna call Night King's pussy if he don't kill a major character.
Look, you know what? I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I'll just wait for the book.
Right. I'm like,
I know Martin's not gonna do me wrong.
Right. This Disney shit. Let me stop.
For real.
It might be epic as fuck and I just be eating my words.
You know what? I'm still gonna enjoy seeing some, people die and stuff, but but I shouldn't say
I see Jamin roll my eyes.
It's gonna be messed up that some people die because I really don't want to see Brienne die. I don't really want to see Grey Worm die. I don't want to see Pod die. I don't want to see them die, but if that's what I gotta get, then I guess that's what I get.
Yeah, pretty much.
But my thing is, if Jaime lives, then Brienne should live too. I'm just saying.
Nope, they killing her because he has to live, apparently. And then it's like you show all this time he can't fight, but sometimes for some reason he keeps surviving. That just beyond me. And it's not like he's sitting in the crypts. He's out there in the field. So it's like, really? He should have died last season.
He's got the golden hair to justice.
Oh my God. He should have died. First, he should have died because he was too close to Drogon. That fire should have got him before he
should have died because he was wearing like 2 tons of armor.
Drowned, right?
So it's like
what kind of fuck shit was that?
He died from infection. Had his arm cut off.
Oh, now he's down in the water. We're supposed to kill him, but we didn't. His goofy ass tried to kill a dragon. Right? Shut
On a
up.
horse. Yeah, he did that.
Like, what was your goofy ass? Drogon looking at like this goofy dude. Stupid.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, he's just as dumb as Cersei thinking some fucking elephants were gonna come and save the day from dragons. Them elephants weren't gonna do anything but be a snack. That's it.
Yo, I like that. I
You
like
and
that
your
meme
elephants.
where they have Cersei riding on Dumbo. That thing was
I saw that.
so hilarious. I said these
He
people
really
are
did it.
savage.
Elephant.
Memes this season are absolute gold. I love them.
The brown ones are the best ones.
Mm.
All right, we gotta get out of here, y'all. I'm getting
Yeah, it's
sleepy.
been like 2 hours. We gotta go.
Word.
All right.
Gotta go right now.
Hugs, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with us. Don't forget on Sunday, obviously, it's the show. We'll all be in the chats over at Tony's channel for the pregame.
Yeah.
And then on Monday, we will be. Are y'all on pregame this week? Is anybody on the pregame this week?
No.
I don't think any of us are on the pregame, but we will definitely be in the chat room hanging out.
We'll be in the chat.
We'll
We'll be sliding through.
So holler at us in the chats, and then on Monday at 7:30 this week, we will be doing a review episode for episode 2, and then Wednesday should be our new day for predictions, right?
Right. And also, I will be doing a live reaction during the episode, so stop by if you're like.
Please make sure. Make sure y'all check AK out on that.
I wish I was normal and I could watch it with someone, but I'm weird and I have to be in total silence when I watch Game of Thrones.
I have to be in total silence. Like I can't. Like I love everybody.
Stop it! You don't exist.
Yeah, like don't like not like short of like somebody coming through my neighborhood and like just setting everyone's house on fire. Like I really don't even knock on my door. Like do not. I don't care.
Who are you? You're no one. Get out of here.
I would record myself, but you probably would just watch me rolling my eyes too much. So let me.
If the way y'all explain episode 3, I'm just rolling my eyes just thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, sorry. I mean, I could be wrong. What I'm looking at could be totally wrong.
I really do.
I came across it by mistake, so it could just be wrong. It could be them, just trying to, play possum with us, but it does not look like it. I'm very sorry, T, but I think that they'll probably die in whatever that last final battle is, whether it's episode 6 or whatever the last final battle is. That's when.
Wait a minute. Shouldn't it be episode 5 because we only got 6 episodes?
Well, I mean, it could be episode 6, and then like the last 10 minutes of episode 6 is like the aftermath.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Our dream of spring.
If they do goofy shit, I'm gonna smack the shit out of D&D. Like, what the fuck is going on? Don't give me this hot garbage. Like,
okay, hey, JD just put something in chat. JD, are you about to go live? Is that what you're saying, or is Drinks and Nose about to go live? Let us know. Either way, y'all check it out.
You got to get out of here.
Yeah,
I gotta go to work tomorrow morning, so I'll have to. Well, later on this morning, I'll have to go to work. So I'm about to go to sleep, but I'll have to catch y'all on a replay.
Word.
Hugs, everyone. Thanks so much for coming, and don't forget to check us out tomorrow in the chats and then Monday. And yeah, that's it. And that's it. T-Baby, you gonna say something weird before we go away?
The Night King has your baby. The wall is down and the dead are coming. We don't have time for this shit.
There you go.